Welcome, welcome, THLers and all our lovely viewers on a Friday night. We got Friday night fights that's coming up at you hot and heavy. A few wild matches here that are going to be having some finals complications, or is that winnings? I can't call it complications, but we have Absolute going up against from everyone's winner, going up against Marty B there from F2L Viridian. At 8 o'clock. We also have Battlegrounds at 9 o'clock uh, for the first time for the Battleground series for Friday nights. And then we're going to follow it up with another Wild Series match with Itachi from F2L Viridian versus Sunday from Everyone's a Winner. So with me tonight, we have two Wild caster experts. We have Jailstorm and we have 6J or JJJJ or a iPhone ringing tone.
Mm.
How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
I'm doing well. Really excited to see our team potentially finish this off. I'm going to have to mute just to check what happened with the call, but I'll be back soon.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So,
Hey guys, these are the Wild Finals. I'm very excited for tonight's matches. Everyone's a winner so far in this series against F2L Viridian. They've already taken 2 games. It's gone 3-2 with 6J over Corbett
yep.
and 3-2 with Battle Tiger over Neji. So everyone's a winner is up 8-4 with 3 games still to play. So if F2L Viridian's got to get some points tonight to stay in the this final series. So
Yeah, it should be pretty exciting. It could potentially end tonight, but if it does, I think Itachi and Sunday still want to play their match. So we'll definitely love to get that game in there if it's needed, or even if it's even if it's not needed, I should say. So
yeah, regardless of the outcomes tonight, we'll see some great matches.
exactly. Yep.
Looking up first here, we've got Absolute versus Marty B. Looking at the deck list here, Absolute brought his Reno Priest here, the Kingsbane Rogue, the Dark Glare Warlock, and the Odd Paladin against Marty B's Odd Rogue, the Pirate Warrior, the Big Priest, and the Dark Glare Warlock. So looking at these matchups, it's kind of 50-50 across the board. There's not, a player that has a great matchup against another deck.
Odd
Just
Paladin into
generally.
Odd Rogue is pretty favored for the
Oh,
Paladin
yes.
side. But
Yeah,
I
and
guess
same with the Pirate Warrior over the Odd Paladin, but
the
I'd say generally
Pirate
it's
Warrior
pretty
is banned. So I think,
yeah, so we have the
yeah,
bans here. Marty B banned out Absolute's Dark Glare Warlock, and Absolute banned out Marty B's Pirate Warrior. So,
yeah, I think what I can say from our side is that we were expecting a Raza Priest ban, and Pirate Warrior is really good into the other 3 decks. So that was sort of what our logic was, banning the Pirate Warrior, but I think I can see why Marty B banned the Dark Lair Warlock instead, since his Big Priest in particular has no Wave of Apathy.
yeah, it's
So it
interesting. I
was
wasn't particularly expecting the Warlock ban by Marty B, but we'll see how it works out here. Keeping that Reno Priest up for Absolute. It seems like against Marty B's aggro decks, that deck is pretty favored, but again, we'll see. So.
Their challenge on. So if we're done reviewing the decks, I will let the players get going to play.
Yeah, let's jump into the match.
Okay, I'll get them going.
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
again, touching on that note about the priest of Marty B here not having any wave of apathy to deal with specifically that Dark Glare Warlock, it could be what prompted his ban. But again, I was thinking the Reno priest. It's great against all the aggro decks. So
I've told the players to go. Just have to wait for some eyeballs to pop up. For our viewers there on the screen, Marty B is going to be at the bottom of your screen, and Absolute be at the top of the screen. So casters will be jumping on Marty B's eyeball first. Absolute.
Yeah, obviously the players are just picking, what class to queue first.
Yeah. What do you guys think? What do you expect to see here first out of both players?
Considering that I wasn't expecting the bans, it's really hard for me to predict what either side is going to come out with first here. The Odd Paladin specifically has some good matchups against MartyB's spread here of the three.
It has
So we
it has
might
a
see
good matchup into Odd Rogue, but it really doesn't do well into the Big Priest or Dark Lair Warlock.
yeah. Well, it has a decent chance against the Dark Lair, I think, specifically because Marty B's list doesn't have any Sun Fury Protector, and it only runs a 1 Mortal Coil, so...
All right, we're still waiting for.
Yeah, tough decision here by both players, still figuring out what to queue first.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
reminding.
considering that he banned out... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, just reminding the players to make sure that their spectate is on. So. Should see some eyeballs coming up soon.
Yeah, and I'm sure, given that this is the Wild Finals, none of the players want to make a mistake here, so it's fully expected that they're taking this a lot of time. Alright, we can jump into it here.
We got Warlock for Marty, and we got Rogue for Absolute.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be Kingsbane Rogue against the Dark Lair Warlock here.
One thing to point out is that Marty B's Dark Lair Warlock does not run Sun Fury Protector, which is a reasonably which is sort of a not too uncommon tech card in that I've seen in THL. So just Absolute just needs to develop a big Kingsbane and go face, and if he can do that, Marty B just needs to stable.
Yeah, looking at Marty B's hand here, he's already got the one play with the Tour Guide, he's got the backfire on 3, so his hand looks like it might accrue enough stuff to deal with an early board from the Rogue here.
It's going to come out really quickly with Raiding Party. That Kingsbane with double deadly poison in hand, we're going to see a 5-attack Kingsbane as early as turn 2.
Yeah, and with those 2 deadly poisons, he's going to start buffing up that weapon real quick, so this game might start off to a very quick pace. Marty B here is probably trying to decide if he wants to throw down the Dark Lair, knowing that Absolute hadn't played anything yet, but given that the Raiding Party has already pulled a prize plunder, he's probably expecting that as a
Absolute draws patches. No patches bug for us today, but that just really feels bad.
Yeah, and as the Pirate player, that's got to be the worst feeling in the world. Top decking patches. The turn you're going to play Pirate, so he could use the 1/1 definitely. So Marty already with 2 Giants, a Raised Dead, and Dark Glare in hand, so he's looking to pop off next turn with a big combo.
We see, and we are going to see the oil come out with a minion on board. Now, Absolute really likes to see this. We could see lethal. Now, Marty B has to be. Ooh, that Spellstone is a really good pickup.
Yeah, and Absolute's trying to set up for the turn 4 lethal return after this Dark Glare play. He's got a turn 4 play with a double deadly poison and the Eviscerate for 8 damage from hand, combined with a 4 from Kingsbane. So we'll see if Marty B can play around.
This matchup is. I think unless he hits a cheaty ankle biter here, this match is just over. It's done.
Yeah, and a very quick game 1 here by Absolute.
Does he see the lethal? Yes, he does.
Yeah, these are finals, so players are looking to end the game as easily or efficiently as possible. So, game 1, Absolute over Marty B's Dark Lair Warlock. So we won't see any more of Absolute's Kingsbane Rogue taking a quick win. He just has the Reno Priest and the Odd Paladin left.
Odd Paladin I think I want to see the priest next. I think Marty B queues up the Dark Glare again because it's just so powerful. Because its raw power level is so high. And if
Yeah,
you
I'm thinking if you know that the Reno Priest and the Odd Paladin are up here, the your Big Priest from Marty B probably has the best matchup is what I'm thinking. So
Reno Priest beats Big Priest very readily.
yes, yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Instead of the Priest, we see the Odd Paladin from Absolute.
Yeah, and Marty B again with the Dark Lair. So
Mm,
this Odd Paladin has a pretty solid hand opening here with the Lost in the Jungle and then the Crystologies to set up for a
I
Carnival Bark
really
return.
what I'd really like to see is a tour guide off that Christology. If Absolute can pull it, just turn 3 swarming the board might prove to be a bit too challenging for Ruby to handle. And we see Zephyrus and 2 giants in hand, so it's really going to be a slow one.
Yeah, we don't see any Dark Lair yet, any big draw heavy cards, so
You see
might be
see
a little slow
see
start for
Absolute
Marty
has to
B.
be thinking about whether he wants to Christology here, and instead he opts to take the safe play of the just hero power.
Yeah, and this is interesting because it leaves the question of what he's going to do turn 3. He's probably not just going to throw the Barker down, but setting
So
up a Christology for a
we
turn
see
4
and
Barker play.
GDPO Broom in hand, which really, really powerful heal option.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, so Absolute here, swarming the board, 6/1/1s. The Broom by Marty B here is probably the best card in the matchup if he can get down some of these giants or other minions.
He, he's with double Cheaty Ankle Biter in hand. Those 2 flesh giants probably have those. They have at most one or 2 more turns in hand.
Yeah, I'm thinking you might just want to coin and even throw down both of the ankle biters now. I'm not totally sure. Because you know if you throw down the ankle biters, your opponent has to trade into that either with the weapon or one of the 1/1s. But
Mhm.
um,
To be
given
fair,
that your opponent hasn't set up for anything else
not
here for a turn 4 play, we'll see.
not knowing, not knowing about the double flesh giants, I do think Absolute probably wants to keep Marty B's health total high.
Yeah, I think in this matchup for the Odd Paladin,
Oh,
the best case scenarios. Ooh, he gets the Warhorse Trainer. Ooh,
that that's good. That's good for Absolute, and we see Omayog set up behind Omayog set up just to potentially
yeah. I
interfere
was
with.
thinking the Never Surrender might have been better, but getting the 1 in 7 chance for your opponent playing the coin and getting that card, you spending all your mana on a turn is it's a decent play. So he's trying to get as many outs as possible.
Alternatively, it could turn coin into Innervate.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I've had that happen before.
The classic high value Omayog. I think what Marty B want is going to want to do is Broom Pia. He might want to. He might never mind. He might not want to Broom PO at this point.
This is a risky coin.
We'll see. Okay, the cards are still green. Zap! And it
Takes out a
fits.
2/1. Overloads him though.
Yep. We're going to see the PO broom here. Now without a brooms now Absolute has to be worried about giants with raised dead, but from our side, knowing that he has no brooms left, that's huge. I might have even just ripped the Blessing of Authority there, just because there's nothing he can do without a second broom.
Yeah, and an Absolute here pushing Marty B down to 16. So the Molten Giants are getting a little bit cheaper.
We yep, I don't think Marty B wants to backfire double. I think Marty B might just want to Dark Glare, just tempo the Dark Glare double giant. He doesn't want to get his health total any lower, but still wants to put some pretty commanding threats on board. But instead, we see the backfire. Bit risky if there's Quartermaster in hand, but
Well,
But
if Quartermaster was in hand, it would have came down the previous turn. So Marty B knows he's at least safe from
never
that
mind,
as an
you're
out.
right. You're right. Yeah, we see him getting his health total
Yeah,
pretty
well,
soon.
oh, and he saves the Giants. Interesting. He must be opting for a broom turn then, right?
I think
Trying to find either a raise set or a second
the
broom to clear what this
Leroy is you love to see the Leroy if you're absolute right now. I think we just want to see blessing of authority and then never surrender. So just make it really tough to clear the board and heal enough to manage the situation.
Yeah, and looking at Marty B's hand here, it's such a tough situation. He gets to throw down the 3 giants, but after that, he doesn't have enough fuel to get any more resources, just because his health is so low.
A little agony goes a long way.
Oh, looks like he found lethal.
Yep. So Marty B loses game 2 with the Dark Lair as well. So both the Odd Paladin and the Kingsbane Rogue from Absolute here have found wins over the Dark Lair.
Absolute. Yeah, Marty B needs to sweep the Raza Priest now, and that's going to be a tough thing to do. But knowing Marty B, it's certainly possible.
Yeah, and if Absolute 3-0s here, that might just be the Wild Finals, right?
If he owes it, the series is over.
Yeah. So
And
Marty B's got to be feeling the pressure here.
Marty B, you see Marty B with Backfire in hand. That's good, but he hasn't found the rest of what he needs. Now, Absolute has the decision on whether to keep Anduin and hope he can reach turn 8 or just look harder for Wave of Apathy or some early removal.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We'll see what he does.
You both had mentioned earlier the stream that there's a potential that this match could be just fire, pretty much. Is that what we're experiencing here, just for a non-wild player type?
Absolute found the
So-
card. He found it.
Yep.
This is really good
Job's done.
for him.
Yeah, my client's actually bugging out currently, so I'll be back on in just a sec.
I have Absolute holding Wave of Apathy in hand. So, yep, and we see Heal Face, but I think Absolute misplayed without the Blessings to You emote.
A little agony goes a long way.
Marty B's side, we have Lotheb in hand, so it looks like he's going to try to set up for a Giant's Lotheb turn, but unless he can do it in the next 1 or 2 turns, Absolute's just going to end the game with Wave of Apathy.
So we're for newer wild players out there. Just help explain why it would be such a Absolute's got a crazy hand.
Okay. So just for non-wild players, the Wave of Apathy is what you need to beat Wild Dark Lair. Because if you can look in Marty B's hand, we see Lotheb, enemy spells cost 5 more. And normally what you do as the Dark Lair player is you want to build a board filled with giants and then drop Lotheb to try to prevent your opponents from playing any spells to deal with it. And then you could normally at that point in the game, we see Marty B's already halfway through his deck. Pretty soon Zephyrus is going to be
Activate.
active.
Yep.
Then we'll see potentially, like, if he has a full board with giants that stuck a turn, just double power overwhelming, 1 mana, give him Minion +4/+4, and Zephyrus Wind Fury is just lethal.
Yeah, and this matchup specifically, Lotheb is basically a winning position when you play in Giants against the Reno Priest. Wave of Apathy is basically the one tech card that plays around that circumstance. So against Dark Lair, it's super effective, basically.
Okay, yeah, I'd very much prefer to see the Raza here over Polkelt.
Yeah, given that
Just-
you already have the Scream on 7, I don't think there's a
Yeah.
real reason that you have to Polk out here.
Right, I
Reno
mean,
is
you
not going
have
to help you.
You have Shadow Reaper Anduin too. And so I think the one reason Absolute might be considering Lordkeeper Pulkel's here is because the next card in his deck is Mass Hysteria, and he might want to play that rather than Psychic Scream with Loatheb.
Yeah, but keep in mind, after the Loatheb play, after Absolute plays the Wave of Apathy and eventually gets through that, it's not necessarily a game won for the Priest, just because, as 6J previously stated, the Leroy and then Power Overwhelming and then Zeph combo can do even 20 damage in one turn. So
Yeah.
there's a
And I
number of
think
ways.
we are going to probably see Marty B trade off some of his cheap minions and then go for all the giants and Loatheb. And this is why I was saying earlier that the Wave of Apathy is so crucial from Absolute's side, because if he didn't have it, the game would just be over on the spot.
Right.
Yeah, so this is Marty B basically gambling here, saying, do you have the Wave of Apathy or do you not? And that question would determine the answer of who wins this game, at least in this sense.
And potentially, if he loses, who wins the series? Even if Absolute can just take advantage of leverage this to a full finish. And
yeah, generalizing it a little higher
as
might be
no
the
surprise to anyone, we're going to see that Wave of Apathy come down.
yeah, very tough break for Marty B here, not getting the win with that Loatheb strategy, trying to pull out the end game here. So knowing that the Scream has come down on 7 for Absolute, it's a little tough to imagine that Dark Glare having some semblance of a board.
I guess with I think both backfires are gone right.
Well, it's tough because even if they do try to use the like get more resources in hand through the health strategy, Marty B's running low on health. I mean, he has the spell stones, but you can only take so much damage without being in critical range against this
I think at
priest.
this point, Spellstone might. Oh no, he has one Spellstone in hand already.
Yeah, he's got one. Does he run 2? I think he does.
Yes, he does. Now I think okay.
Ooh,
We might see
fantastic.
Zephyr Shadow Word Ruin here from Absolute instead of the Scream, just to avoid getting that Loatheb back into Marty B's deck. We're going to see him Potion of Madness first, just to make sure that he has that 4 mana so Zephyrus doesn't mess up on him.
Yeah, and making sure to Potion of Madness, the cheaty ankle biter, to deny Marty B that much healing, especially with the power of Overwhelming. So it's a little bit tough for him on that front as well.
Have we seen both Raised Deads? Or just
I
one?
think we've seen one.
Okay.
According to my tracker, it looks like two were used.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
so that means Marty B does not have a chance for a second Loatheb, which really hurts in this matchup.
Yeah, and thinking about that, Absolute probably wouldn't have gone for that Zephyr's play if he knew there were still Raised Deads. So
Well, I think he would have, because Scream guarantee. I guess I think he still might have, because having Scream can also help clear, like, I think
yeah,
just
no,
having
you're right. You're right.
as another board of giants is a bit scary. We're going to see.
A mistake.
And another cheaty ankle biter found by Marty B, trying to get just a little bit of healing here. Oh, he actually doesn't play? Is that a
I
bonus
think-
land?
No, I see him playing the cheaty ankle biter.
Okay, okay.
And now Absolute is out of range of. Absolute should be out of range of Zephyrus Wind Fury. Zephyrus Wind Fury shenanigans. 20 maximum. Yep, Absolute should be out of range from this. So what do you think?
Yeah, it looks like it. And he doesn't even have the second power Overwhelming to try and chip some of that damage down yet, so...
No, you only use the second power Overwhelming with Zephyrus.
Yeah, but that only works if you get to
Right.
the magic number of 20 health, so...
Right, exactly. Sorry. I think I misunderstood. I thought you were saying second power overwhelming to use fortune.
Oh yeah, no, that's an 11 mana combo. I've tried that before. I've tried it.
That's not the winning strategy versus priest.
Yeah.
Now I think what would be nice is, and we do see the broomstick, just another minion that
Wow, well played.
it looks like Absolute's going for lethal here.
I'm not sure he has it. He must be going for the Reno play, right?
Nope, he has it. He has it.
Does? Oh yeah, I miscounted. Yeah, no, he has it.
Single.
With the 2 1-manas, definitely.
Yep, it's and that's game. That is the series.
And that is the
Everyone's a
wild
winner.
finals as well, right?
Everyone's a winner takes it in 3 games.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, Absolute with a pretty dominant 3-0 over Marty B's Darkglare here.
We don't see Absolute BMing with Penflinger for the final damage. That's something I appreciate.
Have to take issue with that one.
No, I was saying I appreciate it.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'll add Absolute. I'll add Absolute to the call.
Okay, I was just gonna
Yeah,
ask if
no.
you got a minute for an interview, but that's cool.
He's got to be feeling great about this win.
Yeah, you can go ahead and add him to the call if he says they say yes. There we go. Congratulations, Absolute, for a decent turnout with the 3-0.
It's the Raza Priest game was a show of skill, missing lethal, just drawing Wave of Apathy and Anduin. I mean,
Yeah.
it's highly gameplay. It's more.
A less skilled player wouldn't have drawn Wave of Apathy.
I mean, naturally, I had to practice a lot. I drew Wave of Apathy maybe 20% at the start. By the end, I was drawing it every game. It's a true show of practice. The dedication.
That's
No, but
Great job. I mean,
yeah,
3-0.
Marty's a really good player.
yeah.
So, 3-0 is more so like I drew better. Like 3 games, but
That
it feels good.
Kingston game, turn 4 lethal.
And patches. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
Patches.
The first game was like very, very fast. I mean, just getting the turn 4 lethal with the 8 damage in hand. I mean, it's just, what can you expect when you're the Darkglare player? So
Yeah, that deck goes face so fast. It's an
Yeah.
abomination.
But looking at all 3 of those games, I mean, you're saying you drew pretty well, but looking at the board positions too, I think the only position in which you were there was a possibility where Marty B could have taken the game was the last game with that Wave of Apathy for the turn 6.
Yeah, if I didn't have Wave, I was dead. It's like it's the one answer to Lotheb.
Yeah, and he bet on that plan too. So just getting that 3rd win, I'm sure it closing out the
Honestly,
wild finals too. So
we hadn't seen Shadow Visions yet, and we hadn't seen Shadow Visions. We'd seen 1 kept card, so I think odds are basically 1 in 30. Or no, not 1 in 30, sorry. The odds are pretty low that Absolute had it, so I think normally that's just a gamble that you always take.
I ripped Apathy on like turn 2 or 3, so he couldn't really look at my mulligan and know. I just kept Anduin far left.
Right.
yeah. Looking at that second game too, with the Odd Paladin, just board after board, trying to whittle him down with the 1-1s, the 2-3s. You got him there, so it worked.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just had a couple too many 1-1s. He didn't have second broom, I think, and then he just couldn't get board back. So I was usually that matchup ends with a couple of 80s on board, but in this case, he didn't have them quite early enough to keep the Odd Paladin down. So
Were you surprised by the Warlock ban?
I was a little bit surprised, yeah. But then I was thinking about it, and it's Darkglare, so I'm never too surprised. Like when Darkglare gets banned, it's Darkglare. It's the best deck in the game. Not, he's not banning some like off meta deck and surprising me. It's just I was expecting a priest ban, but it's not a huge difference.
Yeah, and talking about that point a little bit, just that Darkglare is such a great deck in this format. Going against Marty B's Darkglare Warlock 3 times, were you thinking that he might try to switch it up and pick something else, or stick with the Darkglare?
Honestly, I wasn't paying I don't think it mattered. I just ran Kingsman game 1 because I was thinking that I was kind of expecting Darkglare game 1, and then from there I just had to get my other 2 wins. So him running Darkglare 3 times and me winning 3 times, I mean, that's just because, as I said, I drew well. Normally, Darkler is not going to drop 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, usually those matchups are 50-50, 55-45, but nothing too far from the usual 50-50.
Yeah.
Great,
But yeah,
great
Marty's a
match
really
though,
good
and
player.
it's got to feel good, taking that
Oh yeah.
3-0 and finishing the wild finals too. So congrats.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, F2L has a lot of good players, so there's like nothing to take away from them. They just, as I said earlier, I just kind of I outdrew Marty this game.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how it went.
absolutely. I mean, these are the wild finals, so no one just kind of walks in here.
Yeah, not quite. But yeah, it felt good to win. It always does to pull a
Mhm.
3-0.
Yeah, it was captain versus
Yeah,
captain
yeah.
too, right? So
Yep.
Sure was.
very good. Well, congratulations to everyone's a winner, which makes everybody in the THL a winner as well. So we'll share the trophy with you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
one last question here for you guys before we let you go, Absolute. How's your team gonna celebrate this win for the Wild Series this season?
Well, we didn't have anything planned, but I'm sure we'll come up with something.
You guys are in the finals. How do you have nothing planned? Come on.
I mean, we had to win first. That was all we had planned.
Yeah, I mean, I practiced so much at drawing Wave of Apathy. I should have known.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's the wave, riding the wave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Riding the wave, indeed. Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, everyone's a winner still has 2 matches to play
I
for
think
the finishing
both
this
of them are
series, even though
still
it's already
supposed to be
decided.
on stream.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sunday playing against Sunday from Everyone's a Winner against F12 Verdi and Zatachi in an hour and a half from now.
Yep.
And then Hazer versus Rotted Zombie sometime on Sunday. I'm not sure exactly when.
Yeah, if they choose to play. I mean, some players just choose to forego the match and just enjoy the winnings. We always coach players to just play the game out just for fun. It's what it's all about
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean everyone's coming into the week trying to play at least, trying to
Yeah.
get the competitive,
Yeah.
just compete. So
Yep.
fair.
So we will see Sunday and Itachi plays later on tonight. So that's a good part. So
For sure.
flexing. See what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words, Absolute, or
I mean, GG's Marty.
Yeah.
They weren't the most exciting games, especially like the Kingsbane game, but sometimes that's just Hearthstone.
Yeah, fair. Congrats on the match and the season.
Thanks.
Yep. Take care now, man.
You too, guys. See you.
That is crazy. I'm still baffled by the first match there.
I don't
So,
think I've ever casted a match that's gone less than 30 minutes. So
Darklear wants to get close to 0 health. Kingsbane wants their opponent to get close to 0 health. It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, it's a magnet. It's a big magnet.
yeah, well, just all 3 of those games, it seemed like the combo with Dark Lair, there was one piece or one facet of it that just didn't seem to come together. So tough for Marty B.
Tough for Marty, but it's go with the flow of it. Not much you can do if the opposite players got the nuts per se. So
Yeah,
And for
and
those
Marty
who are
B's had a
following-
great season too. Sorry,
yes,
go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah, for those who are following the new card reveals, there are some interesting cards that may make give Darkglare a bit of a harder time in the coming meta. We have Shaman. We have Shaman, the new Firemancer Murloc Legendary plus Toxfin. That clears anything for 3 mana, and you can tutor it out with Ice Fishing. And for Mage, they have 4 mana, 3/3 Frost Nova on a stick. So it'll be really interesting to see how the position of Darkglare changes as more counters get printed.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah, I
something
feel like
to
with these,
follow up
with
on
these new
closely as the meta changes with the new expansion.
Yeah, the big board clears. So should be pretty interesting. Now that
Yeah,
you were saying,
I'm
Jailstorm,
very
sorry?
excited. I'm very excited for the new Murloc cards. You have the Firemancer Flurgle, but you also have the new give your Murlocs +2/+2 for 3 mana. I think it's a spell for Shaman. That's great too. Just gonna add a little bit more support for the Murloc Shaman archetype, which we don't see a ton of in Wild, but I feel like is strong and could use another couple pieces to get into the meta.
I'm certainly looking forward to it. I play mostly standard, but I'm gonna try and dabble into wild and see where I go
Mhm.
with it. So
Yeah, I feel like Wild's very fun. If you're looking to dabble in it, you only need one deck just to get in. So
And you also, I mean, also one way to dabble is just bring your standard decks into Wild at the low ranks.
there you go.
Honestly, just you're not going to see just that surge in some of the truly OP Wild decks and the high skilled pilots until you get at least to say like Diamond 5 High Legend, or Diamond 5 Legend. So like playing some playing some of your existing decks and maybe putting in one or two old cards that you really like is one good way to get started. And
true,
then
yeah,
as
there
you
are.
have more
Sorry.
time to see what's out there, then you'll be in a position to decide what you want to craft.
There are also a number of standard decks that we do see, like that, just kind of transferred over to Wild. Most notably, we see the Libram Paladin and the Token Druid. Token Druid's actually creeped into the meta reports now, sitting at I think tier 2. So
It's only just maybe it's only just I think it's just 4 epics are some of the big cards that are Wild exclusive. Whispering Woods, which summons a board of 1/1s with board of 1/1s equal to the number of cards in your hand, and then Branching Paths, which gives you a choose one effect twice for draw 1, gain 1 attack, or gain 6 armor. So just other choices that add flexibility to the core of the deck that's already been pretty well established in standard with Arbor Up and Glowfly Swarm.
yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if there's a lot of new archetypes that emerge with this new rotation and just getting all the new basic and classic cards, and obviously the new cards from the expansion. So I'm excited for the end of the month here.
And Starving Buzzard means we might get Hunter back in Wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. It's hard to determine how good the old combo would be in today's meta, but
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Hunter's going to usurp Dark Glare as as a meta tyrant, but
it's
I'm
fun to
saying
see
that
the old decks get a
it
little bit
might
of their power level
yeah,
back.
it
Yeah,
might right, it might become at least viable.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So I guess we're gonna try and queue up here for Battlegrounds. I appreciate you guys jumping on. So we'll probably see you guys in a little bit later. Thanks for 6J and Jailstorm for commentating through this very pivotal and game-winning match tonight. So they'll be back later on around 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
So
Congrats to
Andrew's
so your 11-0 did not go to waste there, buddy. So
Yeah,
Gordon,
so we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yep.
We'll be back on to cast the match later tonight between Sunday and Itachi. So
yes.
see you guys soon.
Yep. Take care, Gordon, if you're there, dude.
Yo, 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 yo. Here I am.
There you are.
Here I am.
So let us go to the other fantastic section that has
The
just started up.
Yes.
It's
little Battlegrounds action.
Some battlegrounds. So I know nothing of Battlegrounds, but I am casting it. So
That's all right. No problem.
it's called the hard carry.
It's called the hard carry. Don't worry, Saku. We'll get through this together, my man. That's no worries. Yeah, so it's the first, or I guess not the first, but beta has started, season 2,
Yep.
technically, and this is the night number 1. We're going to be following or the blue group, one of the blue groups anyway, the Friday Night Blue lobby, which, as I'm looking at it, seems to be one of Blue Lobby, like Friday and Sunday, is absolutely insane. So this is going to be some amazing Battlegrounds actions here.
Yeah, and from a caster and a stream up, we have to add so many names now because there's different players that
Yeah.
are into the battleground scene. So Blizzard, come on, man.
I know, right?
Make it unlimited friends. Let's go.
Ugh. You got to add at least like 8 people.
Yeah.
So luckily, I had about half of them already from last season. We do have some new faces that I never had before, so
Yeah.
had to wait for some of them to get me in there. But I think I got a good chunk of them, and hopefully I'll get, as we log on here in the next 10-15 minutes, we'll get the rest of them coming through.
Yep. So maybe I'm probably not the best to explain what's going on, but we are going to be watching, as Corden mentioned, there's for THL's Battleground series. We have Friday nights that's played at 9 p.m. Eastern, Sunday nights that's played at 9 p.m. Eastern. What that means, we're able to show at least one lobby. THL has 3 lobbies, basically red, blue, and a green lobby, and they have basically poured all their players into these lobbies, and they just play each other for a series of 2 games to determine the winner. So there's usually a 5-minute break in between the first game and the second game. This is just to allow players to kind of reset and figure out their strats as well. We are going to be following, as Corden mentioned, the blue lobby, which has some wonderful players, as you see on screen.
Yeah, it's. I think it's got everybody's top 1, 2, 3 on the reveal stream.
It is, yeah.
It's got, I mean, in no particular order. I'm just gonna Bob's Bounty Hunters, Concedure Match, Lemurs, and Phantom Force. So Bob's Bounty Hunters was the alpha champion.
Yep.
Concedure Match was the extremely strong runner-up, and Lemurs is that absolutely insane team of high battleground MMR guys who have decided to come over, or girl, I don't know actually, but have decided to come through. And Phantom Force is actually an extremely strong team as well,
Yep.
who I think people had slid into some 5 slots for top 5. So it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, so it's everybody's kind of looking at the lineups there after the team reveal that we did. What was it, last Sunday? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was just on Sunday. Yeah, right.
So, I'm
That's
pretty
how
sure
it
was
works.
Sunday. Anyway,
Yeah,
kind of lost where I am. So
I know everything's blending together.
no, it was
man.
Saturday. Jeez, that's what it was. It was Saturday night,
Oh goodness
8 o'clock
gracious!
before the Dawn Day ice.
Yes,
Freeze
yes,
match.
because we had a quick hour and then gone.
So if you haven't had a chance to see who's on these teams, take a quick boo. So tonight we're going to be Agent PWE is going to be the leader of the battlegrounds for the Blue Lobby.
Yes.
And he's joined by, I don't think we went over the players, but he's joined by
Not
Andraste
yet.
from Bounty Hunters. This name is going to kill me, but I'm going to call it Kirik, ignoring the J as a
Jay Kirk. Yeah.
Jay Kirk. So from the Lemurs, Mr. Incredible from the Lemurs, Pocky from the Journey Champs that are Bounty Hunters. We got Rice Bowl is with the Phantom Force.
Yeah.
And we got your Mom Kids with the gosh, I don't remember.
Concedure match.
Oh, Concedure Match. There you go. I like the team logo. I was trying to look at that. So.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And then we have Valera. Valera is also representing Phantom Force. So.
Yep. Yeah, so this is gonna be crazy. You got some of the most top performing people in this lobby.
Yep.
2 of the champions from last year, and then favorites, I think, in Phantom Force coming through, and Lemurs as well. So
Yep.
It's just gonna be lights out. It's tough to say with Battlegrounds too, right? Because as much as everyone wants to say, like, there is specific strategy, right? If you get a certain hero, there are certain lines that you need to take. Sometimes you hero or you tavern on 4. Sometimes you don't. You buy a minion and you can hero power. So there's a really finesse way to do it. And you know, the way that they changed things recently too, you can't really just like tavern up to 5, find a amazing 5 drop and just win the game off of that anymore. So especially at these high skill caps, like maybe at the lowers you can find a 5 drop, you know, find a light fang and get your board just buff 2/2 for turns on and turns as it goes. But at these higher ranks, you really need to make sure your positioning for your minions on the board is correct. You need to utilize every ounce of coin that you get. So it's going to be very interesting to see out of the heroes what these guys choose to take and what we're going to see tonight. Because there's, like I said, there's really Cthulhu is up there right now, and I think Patches is probably one of the strongest too. But sometimes people find a niche with a certain character and just know how to use that character so well.
Yeah, just go right. So
yeah, like somebody who says, "Oh, like you're playing, I don't even know, like you're playing Rafam. Oh, Rafam sucks. He's no good." But someone might find their niche and just, you know, weave that odd hero power every now and then. You know, steal a triple and explode up, or steal a token and trade your hero power for a coin. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see how people utilize and choose to see what we like to see. I would assume you see the top guys. I think if Cthulhu's offered, you'll see it. I think if Patches is offered, you're going to see Patches. So it's going to be very interesting.
So from people that don't play BGs, what's the atypical, I guess, tier 1 hero portrait that?
I think right now Cthulhu is. So Cthulhu's hero power is basically costs you 2 gold, and it buffs your board infinitely. So every time you press the button, your board randomly gets 1/1, and it's kind of like the Cthulhu art where the old, like Whispers of the Old Gods Cthulhu used to deal 30 damage to everything, you know, the do like the machine gun.
Yep.
That's what happens to your board, but it actually buffs your board to 1/1s. So Cthulhu by turn 4-5 has a very strong lower curve minion. So they usually stick with their Tavern 1 and Tavern 2 minions for a very long time. So even though they're winning, they're not dealing a ton of damage. Because on Battlegrounds, it's the total value of the Tavern tier plus what minion value you have left on the board remaining, because that's what you deal to your opponent. So it's going to be interesting. And I think Patches, if Pirates is available, Patches is a 3 coin, so 3 gold. But every time you buy a pirate, you decrease that cost by 1. So if you buy 3 pirates in a turn, you've just created a zero cost hero power, and that hero power gives you a random pirate. It just says, here's a pirate.
Right.
It's pretty silly. So if Patches can get pirates and get off to an amazing start, especially with things like the free booty, which is you literally buy the pirate for 3 gold and then you sell it for 3 gold. So it's just you essentially gain a gold because you're discounting your hero power that way. So I would say if we see anything, those two would definitely be strong contenders for first picks.
Wow, it's a lot of information to process, and
It's a lot. Now, of course, like we are a bit of a delay, so any questions, we'll try and keep up with them. Battlegrounds is new, you know, still in beta. Come on, Blizzard. But what are we getting at a blade? But like, we'll try and keep up with stream. I'll try. We're about 15-minute delay, so I'll try and see chat if you have any questions. I am by no means a perfect Battlegrounds player, but I enjoy the mode extremely well. I love it. It doesn't make me feel terrible when I get beat because you always learn something from every single match, I find anyway. So if you're new to Battleground, strap in. It's going to be a great time. If you're not new and you see something that I don't, feel free to point it out. Like I said, I'm not perfect. As Saku said, he doesn't play a ton. So if you guys in the chat there, you 10K MMR people see something, definitely let us know.
Yeah, help educate our other viewers
Help.
as well that
Yeah,
that need to know. So
definitely. Yeah.
we're still about we're 10 minutes ahead in the future, but we're just 10 minutes away from for getting things started here in Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
The
No worries.
Wild Series match there ended. So
That was
again,
crazy.
yeah, congrats to everyone's a winner for
Yeah.
clinching it.
Making
Yep.
making everyone a winner other than F2L.
Exactly.
poor F2L, man. Like,
Yep.
were they in every single finals this season?
They were, I think
They were
in
in
one of two, at least two. They weren't
They were in
pro.
2 or 3, right?
Pro.
They
They
weren't in
almost-
pro, but they think they were. So they were in wild.
Yep.
2 of 4. So that
And-
and they were in hero, I believe.
Hero was, yeah, pretty sure it was Hero.
Yeah, because
For Bob,
Legacy.
so, yep.
Yeah, Legacy won it for. Yeah, no, exactly.
So
Oh
So,
no,
yeah.
they were in Legacy. Yeah, they were in Legacy.
were they? Okay, so it's three out of four series. That's a
No, sorry, hero they weren't in.
they weren't. Okay,
It was dab and tonk if you're corny.
gotcha.
So 2 out of 4. So 50%. That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's a strong team, man. F2L every season brings really strong teams for like every single series, and I just hats off to the boys that make that happen, because that's pretty outrageous.
And speaking of that, we also have the Pro Series finals that are coming up within the next couple days because they need to finish up as well. We just had for the boys continue on their crazy streak, being at 10-1, I think it is now the record.
Yeah, they have a very strong lead.
Yep, going up against Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich. So we got 2 matches on Sunday. So we got Honest Zabe versus German Shep, and we also have lined up. We have Super Chicken for the boys going up against what's their name?
Wet Goose.
Wet Goose, yes.
That is a Wet Goose.
So that is the 10 o'clock match. So that is.
I mean, yeah, these guys are so even keel.
Yeah.
I mean, a game here, a game there. Other than the 5 seeds, which I mean, in pro, I hate saying seeds, but it's just so natural to explain it.
Yeah.
I don't think that showing of 4 and 7 for Mick is really justified to how well they can play.
Yep.
So, it's either gonna go one of 2 ways. It's gonna be like Wild, how we just saw. One team just completely dominate and take it, or it's going to match 5, game 5, you know what I mean, down to the wire. It's just going to be an absolute slugfest.
Exactly. Can't wait. So if anybody's got some free time, or if the players here that are listening to our lovely stream, hit up Dawn Day, hit up Lotus Night there for the remaining matches. I know my Dawn can't play on Sunday because he normally casts on Sunday.
Yes.
So we do need a couple casters there for Saturday or Sunday. Sorry. Anybody's interested, just hit us up.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm getting the spam of dudes, so I'm getting some ads.
Yep. Me too.
So I think we're getting closer and closer to that final. That final.
The anticipation is real here. So.
Yeah. So these games can go a bit longer. It's not your average Hearthstone match, although I say that, and I've casted hour-and-a-half long Priest Mirrors.
Yep.
Definitely, like Saku said, there will be like a 5 to 10 minute break in between, which is a good chance to stand up, get a stretch in, get some water. Do it now though as well, because you definitely don't want to miss it. Saku, do you want to kind of explain how we're going to be showing it? Because Battlegrounds is a little unique compared to...
No,
you
because
don't.
I barely
Okay.
know how to do this myself. So.
Okay.
Joking. So what you're going to see is you're going to see my screen, which is the main screen. Every once in a while, go for a couple series. Then we'll flip over to Corridon screen and watch a couple series on them. And then basically just keep rotating. So you will see whose screen we're looking at. Corridon will end up picking a player. Just so to keep the viewers' interest, we're not going to sit there and disconnect an eyeball to reconnect to another eyeball. It just seems to be a waste of time, and viewers want to keep our viewers engaged. So
Yeah, we want to keep it as seamless as possible. Battlegrounds is still difficult
Yep.
to get these streams done because, like Saku said, we're jumping from my screen to his screen. I've got it shared to him and so on and so forth. So we're going to be kind of ripping off of each other and trying to vamp to it. So we'll definitely see what we can do.
Yep.
This out here.
Oh, yeah. So now we're both kicking it live. Another
Kicking
5
it
minutes
live.
here if you bear with our incessant banter.
Oh yeah, no, I can vamp. The only thing I can do, it is vamping.
So, anybody that's out there in the snowstorm that happened just last night?
Oh my
and
goodness,
tonight,
yeah.
or today, I should say. You're still safe out there.
My blessed neighbor snow blew my
Nice.
snow blowed,
It's blue.
snow plowed.
Yes, there you go.
He got rid of the snow with a machine.
Yes. Ejected all
and
the
I was
snow.
the happiest person in the world. I just had to go out and dig the pesky end of the driveway slush away. So
There you
I
go.
did his for him, just because he's always such a nice guy and does that for me. So
The neighborly. He didn't
Oh,
go in there
I
and
just
slam his
love
cupboards, so that's good.
yeah, his cupboards are safe. His cupboards are safe. I will have to say.
Any team tonight that you think is going to run away with it?
Man, it's such a hard thing to say because, like, I've seen Andraste and Pocky play. I know, like, they're extremely strong. Even like your mom kid did extremely strong in the finals last year.
Yep.
I think came second 2 times in a row, type of deal. But then you can't. I don't know if I'm overhyping Mr. Incredible and J Crick. But you know what? It's so tough to say. I think I have to give it to Andraste and Pocky because I know how they play, and I haven't been able to watch the Lemurs play just yet and
Right.
see their style. And I mean, they didn't get to where they are in the standings for nothing. So I think they're very strong. I would not be surprised if we saw a 1 through 4 with those teams, with Bob's Bounty Hunters and Lemurs off the bat, just to really start the storyline of these two teams that I think everyone's hyping to meet in the final. So why not start it tonight?
Yep. And in future casts there, I'm going to try and keep up with the scores there too, because I know everybody's curious about who scored what. So I'm gonna next BG's outing, I'm gonna try and get a spreadsheet together and figure out who's winning, who's losing. I think,
Right, yeah.
The way the points are, first place gets 10 points, second
Yeah.
place gets 8, then it goes down from there.
Yeah, I think even 8th place is guaranteed 1 point. So that 10, 50 or 5 to 10 minute break is also to allow the players to
Enter
get their
scores.
screenshots of where they went out and then get their stuff submitted, because we would love everybody to admit their results immediately in all series, but Battlegrounds is usually one that's pretty stickler for it, just because you need to know where everyone falls. There's so many people involved and so many moving parts.
Yep, and they have to keep track of, I guess, how many ghosts that they battle, etc. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Just to add my 2 cents worth, I think I'm going to be watching Concede Your Match. I really like Agent PWE and Kid. I think they might carry over some of that wonderful skill that they've been doing from last season. I know it's been a long time since BG's was played the alpha season, but I'm watching Agent PWE and Your Mom Kid. I think they're gonna do some damage tonight. So 2 minutes away, folks. So stay
Yeah,
tuned.
no, I think that's 100%. Like I said, those guys played really well.
They did.
Coming
Yep.
in runner up, and Agent PWE and Your Mom Kid are both extremely strong players too. So that's why it's so difficult to say, like, where do I think? I just kind of have to go with what the numbers are telling me at this point.
Yep.
And anything I don't have numbers on, I can't really bet on. So it's difficult to say.
Yeah. Also, for the viewers, there is going to be a slight pause to designate the heroes. It's going to take me a minute to kind of rearrange where the heroes are for the players. So the players' names are not going to move around like you've seen in other Battlegrounds streams. But we've only have one op, and with some of those other Battleground streams, they have 2 or 3 ops that are each separate section. One's moving, one's counting, one's doing so. So THL has done their best and just turned it into a one op stream. So I'll do my best to keep everybody lively. So
Yeah, so you'll just see who they are and
Yep.
and who they're playing stuck next to them, and then we'll help you follow along as best we can. But
Yep.
once it gets down to the nitty gritty of it, you got 4 to 6 teams left. That's when it's really going to hype up. So
Yep. All right.
just making sure everyone has their spectate on so we can see everybody. Hopefully, we don't get 2 people up at the first place and can't spectate any of them. All right.
Just messaging PWE since he's going to be the controller of the lobby.
Yeah, just ask him to make sure everyone turns that on. That's great just to isolate that.
Yep. So just
Ooh, cool.
if you don't see some eyeballs soon, so who are you going to spectate first?
Well, I think where did he go? I think I got to go right in on J Crick. I want to see where it is. I kind of want to see where where he lands. Pretty hyped on the Lemurs team, so I want to see what to expect in the first couple turns.
All right. So
And then we'll bounce around.
PWE's almost ready. Just trying to round up the final
Final
couple
miscreants.
Players. Yep. Then they'll get going. So really excited to get this back online and get this content out there for you guys.
Yeah, I really love Battlegrounds. It's one of those like I can just play Battlegrounds at lunch and
Yep.
Honestly, especially with being at home right now and playing it on the phone. Sometimes Hearthstone on the phone can be a bit clinical. Sometimes you misplay a little bit more than you should, especially if you're not exactly paying attention. But Battlegrounds kind of gives you that little bit more wiggle room and time to do it. So I've been thoroughly enjoying it. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend getting into it, especially with the new expansion dropping. Quillboars will be coming out, which is a Battlegrounds exclusive minion type. And with Quillboars, you can only imagine there's going to be a whole bunch of nonsense and probably some new heroes as well. So
New nonsensical heroes. That sounds about right.
that's pretty much all they do. That's all that comes out.
All right. So we're just waiting.
Handful more people. That's all right. That's kind of what these little bit of difficulties come through.
Yep.
Being the first night and all, and a few newer. Even if they're not newer to THL, they might be newer into Battlegrounds and how everything is. Because really, if you're used to THL, it's just, add one person, play this person. Oh, I'm done.
Yep.
Well, no. Here, typically, you just add agent in this case, and then he'll add everybody on him. But, if people don't add him or are accepting or a little late, then it can be a little bit like chasing around, like trying to herd a pack of wild. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll get this underway soon.
Yep. So for our viewers, once we get going here, we're gonna start watching Corden at the beginning, and I'm gonna basically be on Agent PWE for the first couple.
Perfect.
Switch over, and it should be
and
fun.
then we will do the things. We're we got, like we said, 2 other red and green going on as well at the same time. So might get a few updates every now and then from those guys. I know my team is playing in the red right now as well.
Okay.
And then we've got the green as a strong as well. So this Battleground is going to be crazy. It's going to be awesome.
Apparently, people are saying I am too full.
You're too full.
Look at
Sokka, did you cap out?
I musta. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, people are starting to get the boot.
Move. Good heavens. I don't like removing people off my list.
Saku friendly. Yeah, I'm getting that too.
Oh, there we
Doctor's
go.
too popular, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, these guys should go ahead and we'll figure it out. Given the go ahead, pull that button, and away we go.
All right.
Here we go. Eyeballs all over the place.
All right. I'll let you know what PWE picks, but we're gonna find out anyway. So.
Oh, I got him right over here. I'm looking at. I got you popped out. I got me over here. Fantastic. So.
Giggity giggity bang bang.
Wow, it's like I have ESP, man. Jay Crick actually gets the reform.
Nice.
So my little example there, you might see a little bit of a different play style here. Reform, hero power is 1 gold, and the first minion that you kill from your opponent's board, you get a non-golden copy of it. So definitely good for the early game. You can steal some tokens, get yourself some good gold, find yourself triples, or even just find a good minion to get through the early kind of weirder spots in the game.
All right. So Agent PWE has picked Ragnaros.
Ooh, little Ragnaros, little left-right gaming. Yeah, so Jay Crick, I think, picked up the Elemental here. Possibly thinking of if he wanted to, actually going up against Mr. Incredible, who's his teammate. So I think they're talking here because they are allowed to talk to each other in chat, and I believe he's actually going to give him a minion here, if I'm not far off. Yeah. So just a little bit of communication there, especially nice dodging your opponent right off the bat, because you are playing against your opponent, your teammate in this as well. So being able to tie on turn 1 is extremely nice, you know, not awkwardly fighting them when they're really low life and someone can get knocked out. So pretty standard. I think we see 2 demons here with that Wrath Reaver in hand, so we're just going to decide what we want to do. So yeah, we are going to buy in hero power again. We do see a demon on your Mum Kids board who we are fighting next. So whatever a demon this is, we're going to get one. Interested to see if we see a freeze. We do not. All right, so there's a pair right there for Jay Crick, getting closer and closer to an early triple. I mean, this is where Rafam really takes over in the early game. Just being able to get minions for 1 gold is extremely cheap, and gets the triple. Wow. So decision here is to see if you want to tavern up a little more and see if you can discover a better minion on the side, because really right now you'd have to sell your Elemental, tavern, buy, and you're only getting a tier 3. Nope, just gonna slow play it. That's fine. Very nice. Yeah.
Almost done.
Jay Crick is into a solid start right now. 5/7 Wrathweaver and coming into a triple turn. And we're gonna see back to FBM2, which is Valera, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So putting on a strong showing, but wow, actually gets another double from that fight with Valera there, FBM2. So we're gonna have to see where that goes. Jay Crick's on a very strong position right now.
Yep. All right, so we can switch over to Agent PWE if you like.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's watch him for a couple turns. So. Go.
Yeah, I can assume that for J-Crick's next couple turns. I'm going to jump off here. We'll come back to him maybe a little later, but he's actually freezing this triple for a while, so possibly looking to get a snowbally minion off of a Tavern Hero up. And I clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Sorry, Adair. I don't want to spectate you playing Wild, but good luck, my friend. Oh my goodness.
So we got PWE battling, having a 46% chance of winning this match, and it is proving correct. 3 points, 4 points to what's his name? Andrasty?
Andrasty? Yeah.
You're good at this.
Yeah, PWE going for what, a demons, but I guess it's more of a menagerie.
Yeah, at this rate right now for him, kind of just trying to find, honestly, playing bigger minions to allow for his hero power to grow. Because that's really when Ragnaros gets online, is when you can just kill your opponent's minions, because it's almost like a mini quest. Once 25 minions have been destroyed, your most left and most right minion on your board get +3/+3. So really what he's looking to do is get as much on the board at one point in time to be able to kill and then snowball into a decent minion. So actually, I didn't think I looked at what was not included in this.
Everyone's gunning for you. Watch
I
out.
think I forgot to say which ones are not here. So you give me 1 second. I will
Oh, you mean for the
announce that.
tribes?
Yeah.
Tribes, Murlocs and mechs. If you just highlight
Murlocs
the,
and mechs, yeah.
highlight the deck.
Yeah,
boxes.
I was just trying to finally got in to spectate someone, so.
Hey everybody, Cordon's a noob to Battlegrounds.
I was having the worst time, man. Because there's so many Battlegrounds happening, I was spectating wrong people and I was in the wrong matches. I was spectating, like, people who are playing red right now, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm leaving. But yeah, no, we finally found somebody in our own league, so that's perfect. But yeah, I mean,
So
that's a big win there, or just a small little loss for Agent there.
Yep.
Not the worst.
we can flip over to your player, who is Pocky.
I am watching Pocky, or Pocky Plays, as I believe they like to go by.
So Pocky plays.
Yeah, so actually just got playing Omu. So Omu's got a really nice hero power. It's just a passive that anytime you tavern up, which is when you actually take this nice little tavern tier here, you get 2 gold back. So it's very nice for swing turns. It also allows for an aggressive style of taverning and playing. So we see Pocky actually getting up to Tavern 4, tripling and finding the Mal'Ganis, and might start stacking some demons very, very soon. Seeing some Mama Bears or something like that. So, or Mama Bears, Imp Mamas. So this is going to be... It's not looking the great. These trades aren't the best, but hopefully we'll clean off. Does get the Mal'Ganis gone, so that's going to clean up a lot of this board. So I think Pocky's okay with that loss. Only taking 6 damage against the second place person is very nice, especially on Omu, who has a kind of a trouble because you go for that power leveling. You have a hard time establishing the board. And slowly just trying to find, I think, any demons at this point. With Mal'Ganis, your hero's immune. Demons get +2/+2. And so the Wrathweaver is essentially a free upgrade, but it is a bit late to start stacking Wrathweavers. I think you might start seeing just bigger demons, like the Soul Devourer here. Once we get to 5, I expect Battle Masters to come through. Tier 6, you'll see Imp Mamas. So really depends what Pocky wants to do. I think he's in a very strong position right now.
Yeah.
And coming up against Mr. Incredible, who has just hit. He hit, who was that? Andraste for 6 and also hit Rag for 11. So
Wow.
Mr. Incredible might have found a nice little niche for himself. We are going to roll in here. I'm interested to see if he tries to sells off to buy this 5/8. Yeah. Adds a lot to the board. Interested this Wrathweaver isn't further
Keep up the
up.
momentum, friend.
All right. So I spectate.
Oh yeah, this is a... Yeah, Mr. Incredible has a really strong mid-game comp right now. He's got a really strong taunt comp right now. I think the only thing that would make this better if he was Greybow, the tree. Hoping to clear some of this up.
We all hit some bumps now and then.
Not going to be able to, so Pocky's actually going to take quite a bit of damage here. Going to take about 12 damage, setting him to 8. Youch.
So I'm gonna jump on FBM 2 here. Who's Valera on our?
Perfect.
Just gonna the how to. It says the spectate's not on, but it's on.
Weird. I think there might be a little bug jumping in and out so much, but that's fine. So, for what Valera's board, looking very menagerie-esque.
Gotcha.
Especially with that Mithrax. Gonna be able to get +1, +2, versus 1, 2, 3, 4. So +4, +8. Let me count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So yeah, this 914 is going to be stacking very soon, but with 10 health left, it's a little bit of a gamble to start stacking that early. And coming up against Rakasu is going to be interesting.
All right. So the viewers we're looking at right now is PWE because I gotta restart my
Oh, this is PWE?
yeah right now.
Okay. So sorry, that was PWE who is
So all
Ragnaros
the
and going
all the
into this.
information that Corden said was correct. It just wasn't the right person. So
It was just the wrong person.
yeah. So we got
Fair
a
enough.
45% chance. Just because I'd have to shut down my client to get going. I'd rather get viewers in. So
No problem. Yeah, nope, for sure.
if you want to spectate Valera, then give her.
I'm actually jumped onto
Rice Bowls.
Rice
Okay.
Bowl at the moment.
That's cool.
Yeah,
After
Rice
this-
Bowl.
Alright, so PWE wins this one. Smack it for 10. We'll switch over to Corden's view to
You're good at this.
get a better experience.
Oh, we do see your mom kid did get knocked out in that first, the 8th place there. Did get hit by J-Crick on that Rafam. So, the first fatality of the game. On Rice Bowl's side of things, he's Yogg, and Yogg was one of the best heroes, I think, when the game first came out, and is slowly still a mid-tier decent hero. The hero power falls up pretty quickly just because giving a random minion +1/+1 for 2 mana late game, you kind of just want to buy the minions you want. Looks to be going for, wow, just hits that level 5 Tavern tier up, going against Valera at VM2 next. Be interested to see what the choice is. Looks like we do have the Void Lord with the Soul Juggler possibly coming out here. Got a bit of a taunt comp with the Harbinger and the Arm of the Empire.
May have to crank up your volume a little bit so the viewers can hear.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I can turn up the game volume.
Let the music one, master one.
Hey,
They're getting my noise right now. So
All right. Hopefully that works a little better.
might be loud for you.
Nah, that's fine. Really strong here. Board coming in for Rice Bowl.
Oh, we do have our first fatality, so it is your mom kid. Sorry, curse you, your mom kid, dude.
Yeah, I know. Expected to go all the way. So, depending on where these trades go, hits that. Whew, strips off a little damage, but saves himself a bit. But Valera's about to get whacked here. And yeah, we do see Pocky getting smacked out on that round as well. So Pocky falls to 7th place. Rice Bowl's in a kind of a pivot, almost to a Void Lord Soul Juggler, possibly. I know Hero powered this Soul Juggler, but he did get the Void Lord, which is an interesting pickup, especially the way he is on a on like a taunt comp as it is. Oh, there's the Ring Matron as well, which can definitely help if he chooses to go for the Soul Juggler route and the Mal'Ganis. I think we might be going into demons here.
So we're I'm
Oh, roll past it.
looking at FBM 2 right now. So, you keep going with your stuff.
Oh, just I think Rice Bowl's in that has the health to pivot, and this is kind of the position where he's putting himself into is he's deciding where he wants to go with his turns.
Okay.
So bit of a pivot here, so we might be taking damage next turn. Kind of in a weird growing point right now, I think.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Yeah, sequencing is going to be a bit tough on Rice Bowl's side.
After this
Ooh.
outing, if FBM 2 is still alive, we'll switch over to my screen.
Yes, absolutely. Going into Agent PWE's board here, and it's kind of a split down the middle. He did get that Mithrax, the Unraveler, very, very strong. So we're going to have to see. Soul Juggler not going to play a huge bit in this. There's a strong, healthy minions on the board for Agent PWE. Wow, clears up the board very nicely. Only takes 11 there. That turned out extremely well for Rice Bowl.
Well, fortunately, Valera, aka FBM2, leaves the board.
I would jump onto Jay Crickfire. He has been on fire for 8 turns in a row after possibly getting that huge triple turn. And I think he just delivered a hard shot to Andraste. Yeah, 25 to Andraste, who also went out that turn. So
Okay, so our viewers are looking at my screen right now.
yeah, he's got an extremely strong build at this point. Actually, has a Caligos in there, I think, to just deal massive amounts of damage. Looking for a triple possibly onto the Mal'Ganis, but around this time is where you see some of these techier cards like Selfless Hero. Dragons are a thing, but I don't think anybody is building into dragons. I think we are at, we're a triple demon, 1 beast. So don't have to worry about divine shields too much. You have to worry a little bit about poison from just at this rank, because my next stat and the 1/1 poison are sometimes just slotted in to close out matches and steal away. Like a 58-62 is great, but 1/1 poison kills it just as easy.
All right. Jay Crick is just ripping through. What's the... Nice. It's pretty even, actually.
Yeah, that Wrathweaver. Oh, that hit is very detrimental. Actually, he's going to be hit by. He's taking a lot of damage here. Is Jay Crick? Agent PWE is in an extremely strong position.
19. So the big first slap to Jay Crick's ego there. So
yeah, takes that 8 loss record or that 8 win streak and just puts it on retainer.
So what who are you trying to view this time around?
I just jumped off of who was I on last? Rice Bowl. And I think I'm going to jump onto who was he just playing against? I believe it was Mr. Incredible. Yeah, so not quite what I thought. You have Rice Bowl, your top four, at
Yep.
1 health living. Agent PWE on third right now, Mr. Incredible, and then Jay Crick. But this is kind of where it can go either way.
I never really thought about it, but having a Mal'Ganis, so you don't take any damage from your Wrath Weaver is pretty smart.
Yeah, it's just getting 4/4 for free, right? It's so nice. Especially Mal'Ganis just does really well with other demons. It was an interesting one with Floating Watcher, which used to be in the game, which has been removed so far, because Floating Watcher required your hero to actually take the damage.
Gotcha.
So you had to avoid Mal'Ganis.
All
So
right,
yeah, on your side,
9.8% chance for a J. Kirk to get the win.
yeah, I know Rice Bowl's build is the Soul Juggler side of Demons. Demon has a lot of different builds right now. I
Yep.
think it's one of the best ones you can take. I'm surprised our top 3 guys are all successfully building Demons as it is, but these things on the side of J-Crick are just so beefy
Yep.
that dealing 3 to a random minion, I guess 6 with 2 of them,
It's
is
just
just
tickling.
not impactful. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that seals it for Rice Bowl. A solid 4th place finish.
Yep.
Get some strong points on the board there.
So we'll flip over to Gordon's view.
Yeah, I'm currently sitting on Mr. Incredible right now, who is about to go up against his opponent. So this is kind of the awkward point where you can't hold back because you're full build. I mean, you do see J. Crick actually taverned up and got a triple, so that's really, really nice. I think Mr. Incredible here is deciding whether he wants to play this Soul Juggler or not. But as we just saw from the board, I don't know. Holding back is going to do too much. You're worried about Void Lord getting popped and not getting enough on the Void Lord Death Rattle. You're only worried about getting 1/1/3 taunt, and not really getting as much as you want out. You do have Mamas to find demons different ways and get these Soul Jugglers popping off, but as we just saw on the board with Rice Bowl, these Soul Jugglers are kind of a moot point at this point in the game because everybody is well, anyway, J. Crick is big demon so far with Agent PWE, the last beast build out there.
For information's sake, J. Crick has got a 67% chance to defeat his teammate.
Yeah, so you're kind of hoping that if you're J. Crick and Mr. Incredibles, that Mr. Incredible does take the W here because there's really no way that J. Crick would die from this position, but the way that these Soul Jugglers are shooting, it's not looking too. Oh, and there goes the Soul Jugglers. There goes Mal'Ganis. Oh, there goes the big demon, and Wrathweaver just sends in 2 huge shots, and Mr. Incredible takes 24 to the dome. Solid 3rd place.
Yep.
All right, we'll have to jump into one of these 2 guys here in the finals. Who do you got?
Yet, well, I'm still watching J. Crick right now, so if you want to do PWE, give her.
Yeah, I'll jump on PWE. You can. You on your screen or my screen right now?
I'm on my screen right now. So
all right, perfect. I'll watch over on yours. It's going to be a tough one because Agent PWE has a very strong board. He's got that kind of quintessential beast with the Guldrin, but doesn't have the death rattle birds and stuff like that. So, no, the big boar from J-Crick and the golden selfless actually. So we're gonna see what happens with that.
That's an interesting add-on. Selfless, but
Yeah, it's gonna be able to absorb some shots, right? That's really what it's there for. Ooh, hits poisonous on his Amalgadon and then throws the deadly spore. That's the 5-drop I was expecting.
Yeah.
And yeah, so actually when this Selphus dies, this board, well, not the entire thing, but at least 4 of these minions are getting Divine Shield, so it's gonna be a
83.7. Sorry,
very
lethal.
tough.
95% win. So
Yeah. That Rivendare Selphus hero was just, I think, the cream on the top. Both poisonous get the shield, so I mean, we're getting the trades we want. Wow, Rivendare pops the shield, and then the
wow. Okay.
oh man.
Nope. Wrong way.
Oh, we're still in this though. We're going to
7.
another round.
Okay,
Wow.
Let's hop over to your guy. See what
Yeah,
they're...
so I mean, so from Agent's perspective, he knows what he has to beat. So he sees the Divine Shields on the side of J-Crick, and I think he'll roll down for a Ghoul, which is going to hopefully clear off a lot of those Divine Shields. Also wants the triple on the Guldrin, which I don't know if we're going to be able to get. Gonna keep rolling here. Hope it does find the Ghoul. I think you got to take that here. I don't know if you can beat this Divine Shield comp without stripping off. As if for anyone who doesn't know at home, the Unstable Ghoul is just like the card, taunt Death Rattle, deal 1 to all minions. So if Agent PWE can hide it behind these 2 other taunts, he doesn't take it. Wow. Okay.
What's he hoping for?
I can only assume he's trying to golden or find more poison, but poison doesn't matter against. Oh, I think he's going for double Hydra, or at least one of them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's hoping for massive cleave. So Hydra's gonna react the same way that the Ghoul does, because it's gonna cleave. You have a better chance of these Hydras actually cleaving off Divine Shields.
92% chance here for J-Crick to...
Oh, he gave himself another 5 or 4%. So, yeah, so there goes one Divine Shield, but if this other Hydra, and he hits the other Hydra, oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that spells disaster here for Agent PWE.
party's over. But getting second place is pretty damn good.
Oh my goodness, yeah, absolutely. Especially in this blue lobby that we've been seeing right now. Whew. Well, there we have it.
There is our first episode. So our first game of the evening.
Yeah, so as we said earlier, there's going to be about a 5 to 10 minute break here, just for players to bathroom, get water, anything they need to do to get prepared for the next match.
Next
So
outing, yep.
yeah, so from what we just saw, let me see if what I am watching ran that down. I don't believe it did. Didn't write it down, but I saw J-Crick going in first, Agent PWE knocked out in second, and Mr. Incredible knocked out third, with I believe Rice Bowl taking the 4th place there. So I guess the hype was sort of true for Lemurs, and in this first matchup anyway, having a first and a third is extremely strong, incredibly strong. So we'll have to see what happens after that.
So who was third again? I'm just kind of doing
Third would have been Mr. Incredible.
Oh yeah. Fourth was
Race Bowl.
that.
After that, I
Pocky.
think I know Pocky got knocked out very soon. I don't know.
Your mom kid was first down, right? Sure.
Your mom kid was 8th. I believe Pocky was 7th, and I do think there was a tie for 6th and 5th. I'm just not 100% sure. That's kind of the unfortunate part with Battlegrounds. You can't really go back and see it. I mean, we could, but at the same time,
Yeah, I think.
it's extremely difficult to. But that's your 1st through 4 anyway. I mean, technically, in Battlegrounds terms, depending on your MMR, that's a win. So, I mean, that's it right there. So we will have to see what goes down in the future. I'm gonna have to actually, you know what, notepad, and we're gonna see who goes down. Let's do that, Saku.
What is this pen and paper crap?
Ha
So actually, the statistics are on there. I think the only thing that's not on there is we got Jarek came in first.
Yep.
PWE came in second. Mr. Incredible
Yep.
third. I think 4th was Rice Bowl.
Yes.
And because I just refreshed the site, so Rice Bowl.
Oh, actually, so FBM2 would have been 5th.
Yep.
And then I believe whoever was playing Lich King.
That would have been Andrasti.
So Andrasti was 6th, Pocky was 7th, and then your mom kid 8th. There we go.
Mom kid was 8th, right?
Yes. Yeah, so there we go. We figured it out. We got there.
7th. Andrasti.
We got there.
2.
Actually, the returning champs taking a 7th and a 6th there. Not what you expect.
Yeah.
Huh. There we go. So grab your water, everybody. Use the washroom if you need to. This is kind of that down point. There's not much to go on. It's kind of difficult. You can't really vamp about, decks and things that they want to play, but I mean, the way that all of these guys played was extremely incredible. Actually, Mr. Incredible. There you go. But those teammates coming in 1st and 3rd, I'd expect a very similar showing, and kind of some very unfortunate showings, like your mom kid getting knocked out 8th there. I mean, somebody has to come 8th, and you never want it to be you. But unfortunately, somebody does have to take on that mantle of 8th place. And that is by no means a strong or a good showing of what your mom kid can really do. I think came, as we said earlier, in the playoffs twice and twice came 2nd twice. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Good heavens. Oh.
Good heavens. So I think we saw pretty standard heroes that last time. I wasn't surprised with anyone taking kind of an off the board pick. Yeah, no, I mean, I think everyone played a pretty strong, favorable match. Getting Finley, like Mr. Incredible did,
Yep.
He was able to. You just get a free reroll, is essentially what you get. Finley's hero power is the same as kind of Finley was in the game, where it's just discover a new hero power. So if you don't like the other choices you have, you can just pick Finley, and then you get to pick from 3 other hero powers that are not, or that could be present in the game. So let's say somebody's playing as Patches and you didn't get offered Patches because you can't play him. You could get Patches hero power if you choose Finley. So it's a cool little thing that if you think you have a good in on what people are playing, you try and high roll it there.
So I guess some unofficial totals. it looks like. I just want to refresh the BG site first too. Make sure I got all my points right. Okay. So it looks like. Oh, they did tie for 4. So Rice Bowl.
Yes.
Rice Bowl finished where?
Rice Bowl. Oh, did he? There was
No.
a tie for 4th?
That's what I'm trying to think here.
Oh, I thought there was a tie for. There's no. Because if Andraste tied for 5th, then there's no way somebody else tied for 4th. No, Rice Bowl should be the only 4, I believe.
Until he enters there. Is the results there? So maybe the offhand green right now is definitely has 16 points. 16 or 17 points roughly.
Yeah, Lemurs had 17 points right now.
According
Yeah.
to the website, 17 points for green team. Blue team is running with 9 points, which is concedes a match. And we have Andraste and Pocky from Bounty Hunters with 6 points. Yellow is
Yeah.
undetermined.
Yeah, Rice Bowl should get 4th. I don't believe they tied. I think it was a solid 4th, which I think is 5 points. No, it's 6, I believe, right? Yeah, it would be 6 points
I just gave
for.
Go ahead.
Just Rice Bowl's total. I believe once it comes through, should be 6 points for the 4th place.
Okay. Just gave PWE the go ahead, so I'm going to start to spectate Rice Bowl.
Perfect. I will jump in with FPM2. Let's see how Valera starts this game off.
Okay. Rice Bowl picking. I got a blank screen, so I don't know if we are spectating.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for everybody to connect to the game right now.
Yep.
I'm in the same position. Actually, on both of our screens, I think I do see them selecting already. Anyway, by that hero power. So from your screen, Saku, I see Jana Barov, Janice Barov, actually.
Okay.
And on my screen for Valera FPM2, we've got the Reno hero power, Reno the Renocologist.
The Arena College. There you go. I like it.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways to play a lot of these matchups. Jandice is interesting because Jandice works very well with tokens. So what Jandice Hero Power lets you do is it allows you to swap a non-golden minion on your board with one in the tavern. So when you're able to summon tokens, like let's say the Murloc, the 2/1 that summons a 1/1, you can actually bounce that 1/1 back into the pool, and then you're able to just get a minion for free, essentially. So it's extremely strong in that way, and it's also good for just simply bouncing battle cries like teacups and jugs. If you choose to go for a menagerie. So I think we had a little bit of a spectator bug there, unfortunately,
yeah,
but we're back into it.
So I'm going to be silent for a minute while I get these heroes situated.
No problem. We're looking at whose screen right now, Saku?
I'm still on Rice Bowl.
All right, perfect.
And
So
you're,
that's the one everyone sees right now?
No, right now it's your screen. So
my screen. So yeah, we're on Valera's screen. FBM2 here does have the Gonna Be Rich hero power. So that for 0 mana, you make a friendly minion Golden. You can only use it once per game though. Reno was at 4 mana for that, and now is all the way down to 0. Kind of unfortunate going up against Millhouse, who likes to flood the board extremely early and takes about 5 points of damage. You kind of expect that coming into a Millhouse turn. So FBM2 gets the token start here. So sell double buy is extremely common in this situation, depending on the minions we see on the board. And does look like that's what we're opting for. N'Zoth makes me think taunt, and yes, we do. We grab that Acolyte of Cthulhu with the spawn of N'Zoth behind it. And who are we going up against? We're actually going up against your mum kid. So it's an interesting way. People might be screaming order right now for Valera. He's expecting your mum kid to have the hero power press on his side. So he actually wants to give him the bad tabby cat if that's the case on the first attack. No card going into the hand for your mum kid, so did not hit the hero button that turn. Just the double buy, it looks like, from them. Turn 5, typically a double buy turn as well, especially with these early on heroes that don't really have the hero power to leverage a 2 or a 1 gold. You want to be pretty straightforward. I could see a spawn buy here, and really depending on which way Valera would like to go. War Leader is really good, simply because it's a 3/3, but the Tormented Ritualist can really pop off as well with these spawns on board. And just before I forget, we will not see any demons or dragons in this game. So we saw triple demon last time in the top 3 or top 4. We'll not be seeing it this game. I'd expect to see a couple elementals, to be completely honest. Elementals is extremely strong. So
Right.
FBM2 is going up against his partner in Rice Bowl here and chooses not to play his minions. Gonna try and dodge as much damage and just hits for a nice little 3. So that's nice about this, when you can talk to your teammates and say, hey, we're coming into this turn. Don't play your minions or tavern up, take the free tavern turn type of deal.
Okay, should have everybody situated, so we're gonna flick over to Rice Bowl. Watching him.
Perfect. So coming into that turn 7 where most people are taverning up for 4 and buying on 3. So we'll see if anybody does that. Rice Bowl, it looks like going for that, almost that teacup, so bouncing the teacup, able to pull the Death Rattle Grandma. So looks like, I don't know, probably not going to freeze on Rice Bowl's side of things. We'll most likely just let that teacup go and see if we can find anything else. Looks like he had a bit of a late hero power, actually, or tavern up. Actually, still on 7 on turn 7. So usually means he did it last turn. So stayed a tavern lower, seems to be there.
Okay.
Oh. So that's very interesting from Rafam. Your mum kid actually has the Hogger. Looks like possibly grabbed it off of a Celemental Raindrop. So that'll be interesting to see going forward.
What is the...
Ooh, there's another battle cry. That's really nice for Rice Bowl. So what in this situation now, Rice Bowl is allowed to just bounce these battle cries back? Actually hits the double. So that's massive. Can spread these buffs out as well and sell and buy another pair going into turn 9 with, if he chooses to have 3 pairs, is extremely strong. It's an interesting... See what he chooses to do here. He's going to roll past the old Merc guy, actually, and just going to sit that with his board there. That's a very... So this is why I like Jandis. You can kind of play these battle cries, especially if you get Bran early on. You can explode pretty fast.
100% win versus Bob right now. That's good.
Nobody wants to beat Bob.
We got a 66% chance loss versus Cthulhu right now.
Yeah, so this is kind of... I actually forgot to run down what everyone's playing, but this is where you see Cthulhu. But really losing here, you don't feel awful. Because at most, whatever Cthulhu's hero tavern is at 3, you're only taking 4 damage.
Yeah.
So really, did you lose against Cthulhu? Yeah, you did. You took 4 damage, but you don't really feel bad about it. It's a very weird way to do it. But for Cthulhu, you love it because you have so much health to leverage in the later games. You can kind of take a turn off and deal with it that way.
Yep. So, didn't mention this, but demons and dragons are banned in this.
Yeah. I mentioned just before I forgot because I did last time. So
Gotcha.
I wrote a note for myself this time to not forget.
So we can hop over to Corden's.
Sure. I'm
Sweet.
actually sitting on Agent PWE who is running that Cthulhu right now. And just picked up a very interesting minion. Picked up the Crackling Cyclone, which getting it this early is really what you want with Cthulhu. This full of a board does pose a little bit of an issue because every time we click this, we're only giving, he's hit it 6 times so far. So he's giving 1/1 6 times randomly across his board.
Wow. Okay.
So you really want this Crackling to get hit sooner rather than later and just stack it up. And once you get that triple, it gets Mega Wind Fury. And Mega Wind Fury is mega good. We do see 1 hit the Crackling. We do have a Gold Grubber just growing +4/+4 each turn with these golden Murlocs. So Agent PWE in a very strong position. We got 100% on this, and I mean, I really didn't need the tracker to tell me this one. Just puts an absolute hurt. Actually, on patches too. So we see probably two of the best heroes in the game right now, and Agent PWE takes patches and puts them in the corner. sends them from 2nd to 6th. I mean, that it, and it just goes to show how strong Patches was, being in 2nd at that point in time and getting smacked by Cthulhu. And now Agent PWE is getting to those dangerous turns where he's gonna start hitting. He's got a Gold Grubber. He's got the Arm of the Empire. So if these don't die, he's gonna start hitting people for 10, 15 a turn. And actually gets the Toxvin, able to give this Murloc Tidehunter a poisonous. So I mean, this Tidehunter's staying around forever. We did sell the additional golden minion, so Gold Grubber is now only getting +2/+2, but I don't think Agent PWE is angry about that. He's quite literally infinitely buffing his board with every time he hits this Saturday Cthulhu's. Do you get it, Saku?
Saturday Cthulhu's. Yep. That's pretty funny.
I love it. I just remember doing my Saturday cartoons, man. Just really brings a happy memory back.
Sit there and watch what's it called? Voltron. A few others.
Yeah, man. I used to watch it was like YTV had Vortex.
Yes.
And like watch all that stuff. So we're gonna see actually gets 3 off on the 4 now sitting on the Cyclone. So just very strong. And oh my goodness. Wow, Andraste on the Millhouse is, picking up the bottom of the ladder here, but kind of splits a 50-50 here with Agent PWE.
Nice. After this
Ooh.
one's done, we'll flip over to my screen where I'm observing Pocky,
Perfect.
who is using Surge.
Oh my goodness, Agent PWE squeaks it. Just squeaks out the perfect game so far. Able to hit Andraste for 5, and I think Andraste's even happy with that. It came down to the wire there against the top person, so Andraste's going to be looking very strong. We'll jump over to Pocky on your side here.
Yep. So Pocky is just lost to Barov, Canis Barov there. 9 points against the face. Kind of hurts. So they're not in the greatest position, but they're looking at building what? More taunts? Taunt builds?
Yeah. Going for more of a taunt build, really getting these champions of actually playing Yashiraj and getting the champions of Yashiraj is very on brand for Pocky here. extremely on brand for him right now. So every time one of these taunt minions gets attacked, those champions are gaining +1/+1. That's even that's during combat as well. So Pocky's in a pretty strong mid roll right now, where I think he's gonna have to sooner or later pivot into something a little stronger, because these champions are only going to be so good for so long. So chooses to go for the Reborn. Doesn't actually hit the hero power. So the hero power for Yashiraj is interesting. They just changed it, which made Yashiraj a lot more playable. You hero power for 2 gold, and at the start of your combat, you fill. I guess you'd have to go into combat for with 6 people, but it actually gives you a minion from your tavern tier, and then picks it up at the end of the match or at the end of the round and allows you to play it. So what that change really facilitated was you would get a battle cry minion and you'd feel really bad because you couldn't play it. But now you can. So you feel very happy.
Yeah. Hockey got away with a little bit of stuff. Still takes 7 to the face. A little bit unfortunate there, but
Yeah, I think he's really happy the way that trade went. I believe if he actually cleared the pirate, he was dead, because I think he had a 5 cost sitting on the other side, or maybe not dead, but very close to it. So, really hoping. Ooh, gets a triple on it. So this is an interesting. He could actually triple the Divine Shield and try and find a mech to play on it.
well, he's got the Iron Sensei.
He does have it, but the Iron Sensei is a. So it's one of the rare minions that doesn't self-buff. It's very similar to Light Fang, where it actually buffs another. So yeah, I think he's just gonna go. I like that. Looking, seeing. Ooh, it's a hard roll because that Leaper is very nice, but just gonna throw the other module onto. Oh, just throws it down. Oh wow. Okay, cool. And just going to buff up the board, and yeah, hero power. So we're going to see this hero power come into play here. Hoping for... That's a very interesting play from Poggy. I like it.
Yep.
You typically don't see a triple on an Anoia module literally ever, because they're magnetic.
Yep.
So they attach to... 9 times out of 10, they attach. And oh, this is a strong board for your mum kid, and gets a.
It's a 56% chance for Pocky to win, according to HS.
Yeah, and I think that hit right there, that poisonous running into the big salty looter.
Deal the deal.
I think if Pocky gets some valuable trades here,
like that one. And
yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So your mum kid, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Put the curse on you tonight.
Oof, yeah, another 8th place for your mum kid. That's unfortunate. I mean, just was in such a good position, your mum kid's board, just by looking at it there.
Yep.
Looked like he had an extremely strong board. Found the Eliza, which was going to be start buffing his pirates, but just went up against these Divine Shields and really shut down the snowball potential that those pirates can have. And having a Patches in the game, you don't really get many pirates.
So who are you observing?
I'm watching Andraste, actually.
Right, let's flip over to you right now.
Yeah, so Andraste has taken up the mantle of a Menagerie board, which I love Menagerie. It's one of my favorite ones. Has the Light Fang to buff up the oh my goodness, the Deflectobot. Has it for the Cave Hydra, and even has it for a Poisonous Taunt Murloc, and just found a huge turn with an Amalgadon, which is what you like to see coming out of a Menagerie board. Amalgadon, Battlecry for each minion type you have, among other minions, adapt. So it reads the board after the fact. So we'll see what... Oh, wow, double Sensei is very nice. Wow. Those are the 3 best you can get. Taunt, Divine Shield, Poison on Amalgadon.
Yep.
Oh, baby. That's what we're looking for.
Big flex.
Yeah, I think he's about to send. Oh, even is able to get the repop on the micro mummy here, I believe. Yeah, gets the deflecto. I mean, that seals the deal right there. Yeah. Tavern tier 5, the deflecto, yeah. 8 is just enough to put Jandis, that's Rice Bowl, down.
Ace Bowl is out.
Rice Bowl is gone, yeah. So, Andraste is just looking for, at this rate, I believe, teacups and anything buff wise. Also looking for Light Fangs triple, right? And just Amalgadons is going to be huge for them.
So I'm right now. I'm particularly watching J Crick,
Yeah.
and they're going up against Agent PW. Now it's Cthulhu, and it's not looking good. So 3 health with PWE climbing up the ranks.
Yeah, Agent PWE is in a extremely commanding lead on the board right now. Just from those early Cthulhu turns. Again, not hitting for a ton, but probably is now. J-Crick picking up that Amalgadon is extremely good for them as well.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, hits the perfect as well. What are these Amalgadons these games? And finds the Light Fang. Wow. All right.
So we're still
That's-
watching Andraste right now on
Oh,
your screen.
wow. Yeah. That's insane. Andraste is wow, this is a tough one. Everyone looks like they're going Menagerie. But as we said, Falira actually found the Light Fang and was able to gonna be rich it. So turned it into a golden Light Fang super early on. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, just snuck through there. Very nice by Andraste.
So unfortunately, J Crick made it through.
Yeah, Mr. Incredible actually got hit there, and taken down by Pocky. So Mr. Incredible, the 3rd place from last game, goes out in 6th place. Jay Crick is, yeah, I mean, he's on that. It's very interesting. He's actually on the patches, but isn't really into the pirate build.
Switching
It's-
over to
it's-
J Crick right now. So
Yeah, it's very interesting the way that he's usually you see with patches, he just goes insanely into pirates, especially with a golden Snarlmaw. But really at this point, with Amalgadons being in the game always, and if you can find an Alicia or an Eliza, you can stack your board up crazy amounts with using the Amalgadon. Like this Wind Fury Divine Shield taunt to like poison is just silly. It's such a strong board right now, and hits them with the boat just in case we need a little boat scam to win us the game. I don't know how many times I've lost to a boat and just cursed the world.
out and about. That's Canadian for out,
Out and about,
in a
bud.
boat.
Out in a boat. Yeah, super crazy strong there. We'll see if we get boat scammed here. I mean, on the side, it looks like Pocky stuck with that divine. He found the triple. Oh,
Yeah.
but the divine shield goes into the poison.
So we got 35% chance for J Crick to win.
Yeah, I mean these divine shields that have been on the board for Pocky are gonna be heartbreaking, and we don't get to see any real boat scam here, unfortunately. Some extremely low rolls on the boat. I don't even think he can get through these taunt minions.
Oh.
The unfortunate part for Pocky is his champion of Yashiraj did get knocked extremely early. So didn't get to benefit from any of those buffs that he would have been getting, but he is gonna put the winner of the last game, J-Crick, out for 4th place.
So
Actually, is that a yes?
So we're gonna watch.
Oh,
him
it's a
now.
tie actually, isn't it?
Could be.
No, sorry, J-Crick is 5th. Doesn't even get the 4th. I was actually looking at Pocky when that happened.
So we're gonna spectate you right now. So you're on Andraste right now.
Yeah, I'm still on Andraste. He's just been going insane with these buffs. I'm hard pressed to see if anyone actually can close it out on him. I think his worst nightmare is his own teammate in Pocky right now with all those divine shields, but he does have the Hydra to deal with that. We do see they do dodge each other in top 4. So Pocky versus Agent PWE, Valera versus Andraste. So we're gonna see if we can, if any teammate can sneak into top 2 or even top 3 with this one going off here. Andraste gonna start playing out some of these cards. Wants to get the triple on the Selfless. So it's very similar to what we saw J-Crick do last game. Is the Selfless Hero, Baron Rivendare, give 4 minions Divine Shield, and that usually wins you the game. That usually closes it out nice enough. And yeah, we do see, so Selfless Hero is going to be procced by the bird. Actually, some valuable trades here. Wow, this Tidehunter is holding strong. And gets the Divine Shield. Oh, if it wasn't solved already, then that spells doom for Agent.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big total against.
Yeah, that's more than enough. With that Light Fang surviving, gets hit for a 20, and down he goes. We'll have to see how the other one. So it is teammate versus teammate. Agent PWE and Valera both get hit and tie for, I guess it's 3rd technically. So that is extremely. That's what I mean, right? The champions from last year, bouncing back and coming in 1st and 2nd here is just insane. And we've got
left
Pocky and Andraste.
Wow.
I'm on Andraste right now if you want to grab Pocky.
Yeah, I'll do.
Cool.
Down. Excuse me, down to the final 2.
Yeah, final 2. And I mean, this is, like I said, Andraste's worst enemy was going to be Pocky. So we will have to see where this goes. I think Andraste is going to lean into this Rivendare now. Just going to hopefully get the Divine Shield pop and have it a little bit more useful early on than never. So here we go. Teammate versus teammate. Let's see who takes it. It's pretty much right down the middle, and I don't think with the boards we're seeing if we're going to see a different outcome here. Oh, I think that clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
That pretty much seals it, I think, in favor of Pocky. Big hit there, cleans the Divine Shield. But if that hit there with no Divine Shield, I always give it to Andraste, but without having a Divine Shield, or with that Divine Shield hitting there, there's no way you're getting through this champion of Yashiraj. No microbots in the world are gonna save you now.
So we got Pocky claiming the 1st spot.
Yes, Pocky will be taking 1st. Once all these attacks go through, Andraste will be taking 2nd place.
Yep. Okay. A very entertaining night for Battlegrounds.
Boom.
Boom. Just like that. So I can't believe really how quick that was. It would look like it was going to be a little bit longer session.
I think that last match there were just so many high rolly heroes that people were getting smashed for a lot. I mean, we saw Patches, we saw Cthulhu, Reno can high roll, Millhouse can hit for a lot early game because he likes to flood the board with little minions that deal 5, 6, 7 in the early turns. So there are a lot of kill heroes. There are a lot of like people who just like to put the pressure on and put big damage up. So yeah, that was kind of a sprint compared to the last one, which was a bit of a marathon.
Yeah.
And usually that's what you see in those last ones. If you know going into the 1 versus 2, and that's like, you know, they both had 10 health and 8 health, that was anybody's game, that last match.
Yep.
But yeah, that's that's what we like to see, right? Returning champions getting in an awkward position right off the bat, but then coming back and absolutely crushing and getting first and second. That's going to give them a huge advantage going into now. I think it's going to bring them back even pretty much with the rest of the pack. We'll have to see how the points do land.
All right. I'm going to try and do the calculations. I think
Yeah, so I mean, real fast for Pocky and Andraste, they're getting a total of what is it, 19 for that round, and they already had so 12. So yeah, I mean, right off the bat, not enough to come in just quite yet. I do have them, but I know you guys have a wild match to get to, so I won't keep you much longer. I'll be in chat anyway. So we'll see what happens. But congratulations to all the players. Congratulations to Pocky for first place, and congratulations to Jay Crick for the first place. I look forward to seeing everybody for more Battlegrounds. Stay tuned for Sunday.
Yep. So,
perfect, guys.
Thanks so much, Gordon, for helping hosting it. And
absolutely.
We'll get 6J and Jailstorm to come back in here to our caster screen for match number 2.
Get them crazy wild boys back here. Good luck, guys, and have a good stream.
Yeah. Thanks. So we're gonna run real quick about the deck lists there for Itachi and Sunday. So if you guys want to take over, I can let you know what the bans are, unless you guys know what the bans are for.
Yeah, I could take over. So again, this is between the team F12 Viridian and Everyone's a Winner. Everyone's a Winner has already won the series and the Wild series for the season. But Sunday and Itachi are still playing these matches out. So from Sunday, we have his Reno Priest, his Reno Warlock, his Odd Paladin, and his Odd Warrior. The Odd Warrior was banned.
On the
and you have
side, you have Reno Priest, Darkglare Warlock, Odd Rogue with 2 copies of Beneath the Grounds, and then Secret Mage, which was banned.
Yeah, so looking at these matchups here between Sunday and Itachi, Sunday brought 2 Renos, the Odd Warrior and the Odd Paladin, so a little bit more control with the Odd Paladin. It's kind of an aggro matchup to balance out the spread here. And then from Itachi, we've got 3 of the aggro decks and then a Reno Priest, which is a pretty solid lineup that we've seen here in the Conquest series for the Wild series. How are you feeling about this matchup, 6J?
I think it can definitely go either way, just depending on really the luck of the draw and queue order. I think if, say, Sunday can get Odd Paladin into Odd Rogue, that's favorable for him. If Itachi gets Odd Rogue into Raza Priest, he has favorables. And then, like, just with the scam potential, and just with this high rolls, just with the scam potential of Darkglare and, of course, Reno Priest, slow but pretty inevitable combo, I think a good amount of it will come down to just how the players draw, how they work with the hands they get.
Yeah, for Sunday especially, just the fact that he has 2 of the Reno decks, he'll need to get some of those legendary cards, the gold and the orange tinted cards in hand. So.
Yep, yellow cards are good.
Yeah, the yellow card. Yeah.
Full Celt is also good because it draws you the yellow cards.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you guys are ready, they're ready.
Yeah,
So
let's get into the match.
Sunday is going to be first to spectate for our casters and myself. But for our viewers on the screen, Sunday is going to be on the bottom of our screen with Itachi at the top. Let the players know that they can get ripping and wait for eyeballs.
Yeah, so knowing that that Sunny banned out Itachi's secret mage here, given that he has two of the aggro decks in Reno, I would think that he might that Sunday might queue the odd paladin first, possibly. Getting a win with that would give him in a pretty favorable position to win with the two
Especially
Reno.
with, like, since Odd Rogue has two favorables, and then, well, since Odd Rogue has favorables is really favored into Reno Lock, or sorry, really favorable and favored into Priest, and can do well against Lock without, say, Void Lord on 4 high rolls. I think, yeah, Sunday might want to queue Odd Paladin just to counter the potential Rogue opener.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at this Reno Warlock list here.
Spectate is open, and we will
Oh,
see
yeah.
in just a moment. And we do see the Odd Paladin versus the Odd Rogue first.
Interesting.
So
So,
you have to be really happy if you're in Sunday's position right now.
oh yeah.
I love that evil laugh. It's pretty funny.
Pretty great.
It's a good day for a fight. None will survive.
From Sunday, we just see Righteous Protector on 1.
Patches. Okay. We're good.
No Patches bug. Great. Now, oh, we are going to see some. Now this is.
Reporting for duty.
I think that Christology could have been a tiny bit risky in case he whiffed on the tour guides, but it seems like it worked out for him.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a little tough. But given that he was just able to get that tour guide down, start pumping out the hero power value, that's how you win this game against the odd rogue.
This coming turn, I think I want to see Button then tour guide into a Carnival Barker turn. Or never mind that play works too. And what Sunday can do, he just swarms the board. Itachi has nothing to deal with it.
Yeah, just the 1/4 weapon that Mustard for battle gives. It's great at clearing off what Rogue can put out here.
Yep.
Gets the 0 mana cutting class. Doesn't really find anything he could play this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you just... Yeah, this is a tough position for the odd rogue. I mean, you want to clear the 1/1s, but you don't really have the tools to do so. So Sunday can kind of flood the board here.
Yep. The one thing to note is that he can't really fill the board with the Carnival Barker minions at this point in the game.
True.
Unless
Yes.
Itachi gives him something to trade them off.
Yeah, and for other matchups for the odd paladin, usually that's a problem getting yourself board locked by putting 7 minions. But against the odd rogue, I guess you're not too worried about that.
We do see the tour guide at least, which I think Sunday may just trade off a minion to, and we don't see the Carnival Barker tour guide. That's
I'm kind of surprised because
Yeah,
what I would have done there is I would have hit with
Scepter is a really good pull for Sunday here.
yeah, what I would have done is I would have hit the minion with my weapon and then just Carnival Barker tour guide, and that would give you 7 minions. And then the next turn you could Loth and hero power. But
Sure. Yeah, that seems like a good call. Okay, now I think we're going to see a Carnival Barker turn, especially with the Righteous Protector in hand. This is looking really good for Sunday.
the pickup of the Warhorse trainer just absolutely empowers the rest of his board, though. That's great.
Yep, never mind. Yep, that's definitely the play. And we are, of course, going to see Righteous Protector
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw there, but Sunday actually hit the 3-3 instead of the 2-1, so he could be at 14 right now. But
I don't think that, in all honesty, that's probably not going to matter at this point.
yeah, I just thought it was a point of noteworthiness possibly.
Yeah, I guess you're right that it was the optimal play was to hit the 2-1, just since he still has to trade off two of his minions either way.
Yeah, and Itachi just trying to find a response here to the board of the Odd Paladin. Can't find it. So game 1 to Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I think
So he's just got the 2 Renos left. If you are Itachi here, what are you trying to bring to
I mean,
bring into these Renos?
I think honestly, like I might go with Dark Glare.
Interesting. I probably would
Because
pick the Raza
Sunday,
Priest.
I would have gone Dark Glare because Sunday would have been bringing the Warlock first.
Hmm.
So I think my reasoning is just Dark Glare. Dark Glare is going to have a much easier time getting through the lock than the Priest. Sunday with the Void Lord and the Ticketus in hand. That's going to be very good if he can survive late, but really not what he wants to see. Unfortunately, he did not find Defile or any of these early game board clears, or even just the yellow cards to stabilize.
Yeah, and Itachi with a pretty strong hand with the Tour Guide and the Spy Mistress so far. So pretty easy turn 1 for Sunday here.
Yep.
Throw down the Armor Vendor.
Yeah, the tour guide suddenly is looking a lot less, just a lot worse for Itachi right now.
Yeah, he could possibly try to Tour Guide Prize Plunder next turn to clear off the 1-3 to save the Spy Mistress.
Yep. That might be one thing to do. I mean, or he could even just drop the Spy Mistress now and then clear it with the other 2 minions and then go face.
Yeah, I always wonder against Warlock though, it might be better putting out the Hench Clan Thug on turn 2 with the weapon. But
Okay, Sunday has all of his late game. Sunday has just about all of his late game in hand. Just needs to find something to survive until he can get those big demons rolling.
yeah, 3 of the big demons already in hand.
I would have really liked to see Sunday consider just Zephyrus Whirlwind there. It clears up 4 damage, and we know that Itachi is in a position where he can easily drop beneath the grounds, deactivate Sunday's Reno cards for the rest of the game. Defile is a huge pickup.
Yeah, that's just going to be able to clear the rogue board here.
Yeah, this game is suddenly really starting to turn around in favor of Sunday.
Yeah, Itachi does have a decent amount of tools here to for the rogue at least from his perspective that he has the tools to clear this or to close this game out. But
Yep, and we are going to see probably Zephyrus eviscerate.
yeah.
Get rid of that hench clan before it. It's a problem.
Okay, so Itachi ripping the secret passage here, trying to find some burst here. Lothob's just a little bit too expensive, but you gotta kill the Zephyrs here too, right?
Yeah, my client died. It kept on spectating nothing, pretty much. So apologize to our viewers out there. Something's going on with my client, so I'm restarting it. So you guys can do the play-by-plays as best you can.
Yeah, for anyone who's missed anything so far, Sunday's got a little bit more control of the board here. He played the Defiled, he played an Unstable Fellbolt and Zeph Eviscerate to clear Itachi's board. He's got 10 health left with Itachi with a Satsu Deckhand Tour Guide and a Buccaneer and a 3-2 weapon. And
Oh.
Sunday has 6 mana. So
Broom is really good here, even though Ziliax already has Rush. I really like to see Sunday playing that out just to clear off both of those 2/2s.
yeah, it
No.
gets him a little bit more presence on the board, makes it so that Itachi has to put the weapon into the Ziliax. Or he can actually use the Horse Rider. Yeah.
What I have to say is Itachi's been doing a really good job of keeping the pressure on Sunday so he doesn't have a turn to safely drop that Void Collar.
Yeah,
Beneath-
interesting that he plays the Beneath the Grounds there. Because if you're Itachi, you got to understand that Sunday, if he had the Reno last turn, he would have played it. So at this point, that's denying the top deck Reno from Sunday. And I think that's about it. Oh, the Kazakus too. But
I think probably want to see Void Collar. Yeah, I like this play.
that's it. All right,
Yep.
Itachi gets there with the Leroy and the corrupted Nitro Boost Poison.
Yep.
So
Okay.
Itachi tying the series back up 1-1.
Yep, we're back to normal for now.
All right. If anybody missed the game there, it got pretty close. It was back and forth for a couple turns, but eventually Tachi broke through with the Leroy Nitro Boost Poison off the top. So.
Yep.
All right, getting into this game 3 here. Both players with the 2 decks remaining.
And we are going to see a Raza Priest Mirror.
Interesting. I'm trying to see if there's any notable inclusions or exclusions by either of these players.
I
I
feel
think
like
the only difference is a Mana Feeder Panthara for and an Acolyte of Pain on the side of Itachi, but
okay. Sun and on Itachi's side it is okay, the game glitched for me.
okay. So looking at these 2 hands, Itachi has the turn 2 Zephyrs and then turn 5 Lore Keeper Polkout, but it's actually going to be turn 4 because he's going to use the Zeph here.
Oh.
He definitely use the Zeph here. Wild Growth to Polkout is a game play.
I really, really don't like this play from Itachi.
Yeah, he goes for the 1/3 and the 2/1. He actually gains the draw here with the Cleric if it's unanswered, but we can see the Holy Smite answer in Sunday's hand. So
I mean, regardless of whether his Northshire is going to get value, just like 2 1-drops, like that just gets. That's what you can use for just lethal with Anduin. And I think we see Sunday eyeing the Dirty Rat here. He has a 1 and 3 to hit. And he does not hit Polkelt. That hurts.
he's got another. Actually, he doesn't have another chance next turn because Itachi can coin Polkout.
He absolutely coins Polkelt and then just draws off the Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah, it's tough because he knows he's basically throwing away his Zephyrs when he does this, but I guess you got to pick between the 2.
I mean, who cares if you're... I mean, I don't think Itachi cares as much about Zephyrus when, at this point, like when he's just drawing to his inevitable win condition. And
Yeah,
I mean,
at this point, Itachi is fast track
Sun-
to lethal.
Sunday may actually want to save the rat. So instead of playing it out now, maybe waiting for Itachi's Anduin turn, then dropping the rat to try to hit Spawn or Raza.
Yeah, possibly.
Mhm.
Okay, so he could get Raza this turn. I think it's a 50-50 between Raza and Mass Hysteria. Yeah.
You would be right. And we are going to see...
Ooh, unlucky. Does not pick up the Raza. And a
I
quick
mean,
Zephyr.
Is Zephyrus going to... Oh, I think Itachi was probably looking for Wild Growth, but missed.
Yeah, he probably would have got Wild Growth, I think, 3 turns ago. But
Yeah, I might have taken the Honestly, if I were in Itachi's position, I might have considered the Chaplain just because it's 1 mana cheaper to combo off with Anduin.
Yeah, so Sunny can actually develop past the board of Itachi here with the taunt from the Dirty Rat. He picks up a 5 mana potion from Kazakus with
Yep, that-
gain armor and draw.
5 mana potion is normally what you do when you're desperate for draw. And we do see the Raza come down. Honestly, Sunday needs a really insane sequence of draws if he wants to.
He did
Come
pick
back.
up a Shadow or Death that's pretty timely on this Raza here. But yeah, he's drawn 0 of the combo cards so far. I mean, the Spawn, the Raza, Anduin, Polkout, anything. But
Hmm. Okay. Now I think this is probably the turn where Sunday really needs to rat. We'll see what happens. Because if he can get rid of that spawn,
yeah, if you're Sunday, you've got to know that Spawn because your opponent just picked up a
And
4 mana card and didn't play it. So
he does it. He rats the spawn, and that spawn is gone forever. Effectively, because Itachi's not getting Raised Dead or Shadow Visions for a while.
yeah, I think Raised Dead's actually his last card, right? Yep.
Yep, but Shadow Visions come sooner, but
Oh,
I
true,
do-
of course.
I think Itachi's still definitely in a commanding position right now, but I think Sunday is still he's not as out. He's not as out of the game as he otherwise would have been.
Yeah, it looks like Sunday has a lot of resources here, but it's pretty much all just board clear and draw, so he doesn't have a ton of combo to counter Itachi's combo here, who already has the Raza's 0 mana, or the Anduin 0 mana hero power, so it's basically rolling already.
One thing I can say. Okay, let me check Itachi's list for a second. Itachi's list does not run a Lucia. I think if it did run a Lucia, I would have said that Sunday has to be really careful about showing the pen flinger to avoid just getting a Lucia lethaled. But right now, I think there's not much. He just has to heal. He just has to heal, stay alive until he can try to stay alive until he can draw his good cards.
Yeah, this is kind of tough for Itachi here, because he basically has the combo, but no spawn and not a ton of resources from him to keep using that hero power, so it's kind of more of a burn game here than a combo.
We do see the Reno from Sunday, which I think he's probably going to want to play pretty proactively.
Well, it's interesting because now that you know your opponent doesn't have spawn, as Reno, you want to kind of squeeze as much value out of that as possible. And knowing that you don't have Raised Dead or Seance, this is kind of your only way.
Sorry, I don't mean proactively like tempo the Reno. I mean proactively more in the sense of just like play it when he's like play it like closer to 15 or play it closer to 10 to 15, so he just don't let himself get too low.
Gotcha. And I think I was mistaken there. I think the Raised Dead's actually still in his deck because he played 2 Shadow Visions to find both of them. Is that right?
Mm,
I think that's right.
okay.
I think it's
Yeah,
actually still in there, you know? But,
oh my god. Oh my gosh.
wow, is that
You-
lethal? I think that
That's lethal. That is one heck of a 5 potion.
yeah, he had a lot of minions in that res pool too. I'm very surprised that he found this lethal.
On just Yep. Wow.
Wow, so Itachi sneaking a win here in the Raza Priest mirror. He was definitely ahead in combo, but I don't think he was supposed to win this turn, not by a wide margin. So
Mhm.
all right, so Itachi he only has his Dark Glare Warlock left to sneak or to take a win over the 2 Reno decks from Sunday here, going into
Mhm.
game 4.
I think we're going to want to see Sunday's Priest here again, just because it has Wave of Apathy, more tools to deal with the early dark, or Wave of Apathy, Shadow Visions, just more ways to try to deal with that early Dark Lair board than Reno Lock.
Yeah, no, I agree. Given that the priest has access to tools like the Shadow Word Death, the Wave of Apathy, it just gets a little bit more of an advantage against Dark Glare. So yeah, that's what we see here.
Noon give me strength.
Sunday does not find the good cards, but it seems like Itachi certainly has.
Yeah, so Sunday went for a full mulligan, even mulliganing away the mass hysteria. I'm not too sure about that, but he went for it. What do you think?
I don't like that. Matt, you keep Mass Hysteria.
Yeah, I think so too.
In the Raza versus Dark Lair matchup, I think Wave of Apathy is probably the best card in your is certainly the best card in your deck. Hysteria, Mass Hysteria, Zephyrus are
Mhm,
also really
mhm.
good. And then Shadow Visions I also really like to keep just to get an extra chance at finding those board clears.
Yeah, so Itachi has all of the tools to pop off here. He could potentially have 2 of the Kobold Librarians in the Raised Dead pool, and then Dark Glare Backfire.
I
So
like I like Coin Backfire here from Itachi. Just get a full hand, find more resources for an early Dark Glare pop off turn.
yeah, and especially in this matchup, you don't really have to worry about getting too low. Actually, you want to get low in this matchup just because it's not aggro, so it's a little bit more helpful.
From Sunday's side, I think I like this. I want to at this point in the game. I think he needs to draw, try to find removal for the Dark Lair turn that both players know is coming.
Yeah, I mean, just drawing towards that Wave of Apathy, if anything, but okay, so Tachi kind of thinking over this decision here. He could go a number of ways with this.
Mm,
He might try to save the Dark Lair for next turn with the Solarium. He might try to do it this turn.
mm, I don't think I like Dark Lair this turn because if he doesn't top deck the Raised Dead, the Dark Lair combo just ends right there.
Yeah, and it's tough because if you're not going to play Dark Lair this turn, you want to keep drawing, but your hand's already so full. You might just want to play the Kobold Librarian and pass.
I might like to see just the Cheaty get it out of hand so you can draw more later.
Ooh, but with that Raised Dead, I feel like you might just want to keep it.
I don't think. Okay, after seeing the Raised Dead, I don't think you Cheaty. Right, Sunday, I think he has to steal the Kobold just to keep it out. Steal the Librarian just to keep it out of that Raised Dead pool.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, next turn we're going to see Dark Lair, Raised Dead, and Backfire potentially. So,
Uh,
let's see how Itachi decides to take this. As the Dark Lair player, you kind of just play through the combo, but there's a lot of small decisions that can be optimized to improve your win rate. So,
Agreed.
he opts to not combo this turn and throw down another Cheaty Ankle Biter. Wow.
I'm not sure if I like that with the Raised Dead.
Yeah, well, it's tough because as the Dark Lair player, you know that your Lotheb strategy is kind of nullified once your opponent, as the priest, has 6 mana. So We see an Alucia here. Interesting.
A little agony goes a long way.
Wow, and stealing the Dark Lair here, he can actually do the combo if he so chooses. Wow, finding the second Dark Lair and getting that removed. So Itachi cannot play any more Dark Lairs this game. He won't have it in his race dead. The only one that could be race dead is from Sundy's side. So, and Itachi gives up there. So that's a win for Matt Sundy with his with his Raza Priest. So he's just got his Reno Warlock against this Dark Lair. So heading to game 5.
Hmm.
I really wasn't expecting that concede there. Did you see anything?
I mean, honestly, it looked premature to me.
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely Priest favored in that position, but it might not have been game at that point.
Agreed.
Regardless, though, let's head into this game 5. So.
Okay, and Sunday really likes to see that sense demons in hand with the Void Lord too. He can set up a really if Sunday is able to set up a taunt wall, Itachi has a very
Yeah,
tough
Itachi will
time.
have a hard time getting through those big demons, especially the Void Lord with 4 taunts being reduced in total from that card.
He knows that first too, so he has to trade into them the normal way.
Yeah, so an identical
Now,
start so far by these players. Sorry?
Tapping is a tiny bit unusual. Tapping is a tiny bit unconventional with the sense demons in hand because now Sunday has to toss his coin in order to
Yeah.
avoid overdrawing. And we see we see everything except the Void Caller in hand.
That is tough. I
You-
mean,
you-
he basically had a 2/3 chance to grab it, so
Yep. And then
you got to throw down the ankle biter too, right?
no, he can just. I mean,
Okay, so Sunday picking up a 5 here.
yep, and he does not find a clear answer to that flesh giant.
Yeah, and his oh never mind. I thought his hand was full. He's only got 9.
I think we see Dark. We know that Sunday doesn't have an answer to the giant, so I think we might want to see Dark Lair Chibi Ankle Biter than the second giant from Itachi's side.
Yeah, I mean, you could pop off the other way with Dark Lair Solarium, but
Mm,
A little agony
you got to be
goes
pretty
a
comfortable with that
long
line
way.
if you're gonna go for it.
we do see the Solarium.
2 race deads. Wow. Those both get the Kobold Librarian back, right? That's
Mhm.
it.
Oh, there's also the tour guide.
Yeah, so Itachi is running out of time here. Let's see what he ends up getting to be able to do here.
He does enough. There's really just nothing that Sunday can do at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of the
Rat hits the giant.
yeah, Rat hitting the giant is not his plan there. So
No.
Itachi getting the win with the Dark Lair Warlock. Didn't work the first time, worked the second time. So in 5 games, he took it.
Sure did. Should we invite him to the call?
Yes. Yeah, that was a pretty back and forth series.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get a Itachi on added on here? If not, I can add him on.
I don't think I have him on Discord, so.
I got him. See if he can talk. I should have messaged him. What's up, dude? Congrats on the win.
Hey, appreciate it.
Hey, yeah, congrats. Game 5. Very exciting for us on stream. How'd you feel?
I felt like I had messed up in the previous game. I feel like I should have. I saw the low deb and I was like, okay, I can wait a turn, and I definitely could have waited a turn. So I should have just went off on turn 4.
Yeah, it was tough seeing that Dark Lair get stolen. Tough position there for the priest game, definitely.
We were
How'd you
talking
feel
about.
in the? Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you good. Sorry.
I was going off on another question. How'd you feel about the Raza Priest mirror with a very lucky Kazakus potion into lethal?
Were you planning that, or did it just happen by, or were you trying for that, or was that going through
Yes.
your mind? Or just
So normally I would go through. Normally for Kazakus, I would choose a 1 mana potion because it's better to weave in with hero power. But knowing that the spawn was dead, I figured I'd had to go to 4 or 5 mana potion to try to like hit the res pool and revive it and win that way. And then when he stole the Leok, I was like, oh, thank God, it's 1 less minion in the res pool. And
Yeah, speaking
I
about
just
the
went for it.
the Zephyrs line especially, were you looking for the animal companion there, or were you looking for wild growth, or?
No, I just knew he had the other dirty rat in hand, so I just figured I'd go ahead and get something from the Zephyrs now and just take the play as opposed to it just being a 3-2 on the board and not contributing anything else.
Gotcha.
yeah, that's a pretty solid play. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah, he had so many. He kept dirty ratting and he raised dead and he seance. So I was like, okay, he's got like a million dirty rats, so I'll just try to play the minions I've got. And so he can't hit the and I tried to tailor the once I played the pole kill, I tailored it so he wouldn't be able to hit the Raza, even if he made me draw from Acolyte. And so that was the goal, and luckily it worked out.
Yeah, no, definitely worked out. Looking at this matchup for the week though, you banned his Odd Warrior. What was your line of thinking about that?
I don't like to play versus decks that take more than 7 turns.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So it wasn't even about the matchup spread. It was just like I don't want to play a long game.
my boy Itachi looking for the short game. There you go.
Yep, I think last week, if Sunday hadn't no contested the match, we would have had to see Blue Sombrero's Odd Warrior against Sunday's Odd Warrior and Jade Druid against Sunday's DMH and Clown Druid.
Seeing that nobody wins.
Yeah.
No, the casters are the biggest losers of all.
Yeah, truly.
What did you guys think? I know that I'm not necessarily the biggest wild expert, so like I just play like I don't really practice like on ladder or anything. I just love the decks that I play, and like wild as a format is pretty fun to me in Conquest. So what did you guys think? Did you guys see any like glaring and super
I think
mistakes?
you did a great job. I mean, here and there, there's some small mistakes. All players make small mistakes, but overall, you did great. I mean,
I think in the Raza Priest game, I think the biggest thing is I would have really liked to see Zephyrus into Wild Growth on 2, so then you can just drop Pull Celt, try to draw your combo pieces before you see Sunday get Psychic Scream online.
That was a thing that I thought about, and that was definitely like the play that I was thinking of, and I don't know why I deviated from it. I guess I was like, oh, I can draw with Northshire now, and he didn't have the mana to potion and then also heal it. So I was like, okay, I'll just do this now, and hopefully he can't heal it anytime in the future.
Well, you still pulled the game off. So.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough to discern which line is better when you don't have a ton of like experience with those specific lines, you know? So yeah, makes sense. Fair.
Yeah, hearing you guys' perspective means loads to me because I have no idea.
I mean,
well, you do have an idea. I mean, you played Hearthstone forever and ever and ran through all those through standard, obviously. But it is. I find, mind you, I don't play Wild Series, but watching it is like very different. It gives you a different feel.
Yeah, definitely. A win's a win though, so that definitely tells you something.
Yeah, I wish there were steaks, but there weren't, so it's okay.
You just had to settle for pasta. That's all you had to do,
Yeah.
dude.
I had to. Me and Sunday had talked some noise about being, so amped for the match and being ready to play it, and so I didn't want to. I didn't want to disappoint, so
Oh
I
no.
figured I'd at least put on.
We always know you like playing on stream plus playing the games out as well. I mean it's just fun, right? So
To be
Oh,
fair,
definitely.
I think a few weeks ago you beat Mill Rogue as Odd Warrior. So,
This is true.
who's the real winner of the season here?
Right.
It's you. It's you. Just- You've won a matchup so terrible that I find it challenging to think of an analogy to compare it to because it's just
it's not supposed to happen. Yep.
Still have no idea
Yeah.
how I won that match, but yeah.
Well, again, congratulations. I mean, you brought us to game 5, so we're very happy with that.
yep, was a lot of fun
Much
to
much
watch.
appreciated. Sorry,
Yeah.
Marty couldn't do it.
Now you get to razz Marty.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
I hope that you would do. You know me. Funny games.
I appreciate you guys a ton for casting, even though the match was like low stakes. So I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
being on and
Love doing
having a
it.
good
Yeah,
time.
of course,
Still some
yeah.
high
And
quality,
again,
wild play. Lots of fun to watch.
definitely. And again, great win today. Great season overall too. Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Enjoy yourself, buddy.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
All right, peace out.
Ow. Not as fast as the first match, where you have to talk 30 minutes and
It's certainly
BGs.
not.
Yeah, game 5s are very fun to cast on stream. So
Yeah, they are. It's either win or you don't. Pretty much it.
yeah, it comes down to a final head-to-head. So
So
Mhm.
do we know if Hazer and the Rotted Zombie are actually playing? No.
I think they still are. To my understanding, they still are.
Okay.
But I think we might want to double check after the results
Yeah.
have been announced.
yeah, I certainly hope they play so I can cast that for Sunday.
Yeah. Is that Sunday afternoon? Is that when they plan on playing?
I believe it's actually let me double check that.
I'm actually check the cheats myself. So see it's I know there's some chatter in our content hub, but not sure what verdict was.
Yeah, I don't think it's on the sheets yet. So we'll have to come back to you guys with
Yeah.
that time. It is Sunday though.
So for Saturday, just to deviate a little bit for any lineups coming up. Nothing for School Zone Saturday just yet. Maybe looking at the Pro Series, maybe a couple finals can happen Saturday day or Saturday night. Nothing on tap currently. Sunday afternoon could be that final Wild Series match.
Mhm.
And then Sunday Showdown. We do have two Pro Series matches. One with German Shep from the boys versus Honest Abe there from Popeye's Spicy Chicken Sandwich. And that's at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. You have Super Chicken from for the boys going up against Wet Goose, who's on Spicy Chickens as well. So that's going to be at 10 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock is going to be BG's with Stephanie and Blue Sombrero. So
Pretty stacked lineup.
yeah, it should be interesting. It's with all the series slowing down. I don't know if you guys have dabbled in with Legacy or Hero Series matches, but those ended in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it seems like most of the series are kind of wrapping up around this time.
Yep. And then we get the Octathon that's coming up in next week, so that should be exciting. Any final words from the casters here for tonight before we wrap it up?
Honestly,
As always, it's been a pleasure. Thanks to both you and 6J.
yeah, as a member of Everyone's Winner, I can say I'm 12 Meridian have been really fantastic opponents. It's been fun to go against them both in the regular season and playoffs, and definitely looking forward to continuing to face off in the seasons to come.
Yeah, it should be next season for Wild Series should be pretty interesting to see how many stronger teams come back, because it seems like it's getting stronger every season. So bring in more players, throw them on stream for the matches. So
Yep.
on behalf of Jailstorm and 6J, Zaku, enjoy your night. Be safe out there. See you next this Sunday coming. Take care, everybody.